Well, hello, hello. I wasn't expecting to go live again today. I dug out some tacos. I was eating at my desk. I was about to do some writing. And then I discovered that the White Identitarians are going to do a whole stream about me. They're going to do a whole stream. And so, of course, what we're going to do is we're going to mock these assholes relentlessly. We're going to roast these assholes relentlessly because that's what they call it of me. They call it a roast. No, we're going to mock these assholes relentlessly. So let me show you what's going on. Let me show you. Bing! Look at that. Look at that. Needle Dick, our Needle Dick friend, No White Guilt, is back. He's got a whole stream about me. The chat is going. The chat is going, and he is going to go live in about 23 minutes. So I first wanted to start with an update. So ever since June, because these assholes were attacking me back in June, and they did a number on me, man. I'll tell you what, they really did. They fucked with my life something good. And I kind of put it on the back burner for a while, but when I got attacked by them, I reached out to many journalists to try to get them to actually cover what was going on. And only one journalist actually decided to do anything about it. And he's actually in the chat today. His name is Kieran White. And Kieran and I, for a while now, I mean, like actually really intensely for the past couple of weeks, have been working on researching these assholes and understanding them and understanding exactly what they're doing and what they're doing. And we are going to publish a piece on this next week, laying out everything in absurd detail. But what they're doing is they are actively trying to co-opt the anti-CRT movement, and they're also trying to infuse their language into culture. And you guys are going to be shocked. You guys are going to be like blown away. But in the process of us researching this and writing this story, I might have been baiting them a little bit. I might have been releasing it a little bit. First off, because I wanted to prime people to get them ready for what we're releasing. Secondly, I just want to bait these assholes. And so their dear leader, No White Guilt, who we have here, has discovered it. And he's going to do a little stream about me. And when I found out about this, I was like, well, one good turn deserves another. Because listen, I've actually read this. I've read their manifesto now. He specifically instructs people to attack people like me. It's written in the fucking manifesto. And so now I understand precisely and emphatically what is going on. I have a really good in-depth understanding of exactly what these people are doing. And I'm in a much better place with it than I was before. Now I'm ready. I was even saying to Kieran the other day, I was like, Kieran, should I just bait these assholes to get them like to do this sort of stuff? And he said, no, it's probably not a good idea. And then I did it anyway. But like, I have no fear over these people anymore. The Dashing Rogue said, are you still interested in coming onto my podcast to talk about identity politics and your objections to identity politics? I never got an answer. I don't know. I don't remember who you are. And I don't know if you're nefarious or not, to be honest. I'm not making an accusation. I just don't know who you are. So it's very possible that you could have reached out to me. I don't remember it though. So we have to read the video description. Jenny's getting inky with it, says. So let's read the video description. Guys, we're going to handle these people exactly like we would handle the woke, which is pure, unadulterated fucking mockery. Let's see the video description. It says, is this the one I'm sharing? Hang on. No, this is the one I'm sharing. There we go. That way it reflects on the screen. Hang on. I have so many windows open because we just did the happy hour stream. Hang on. Let me just shut down some of these windows. Okay. The description says, this is a comedic roast. I like Carl. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I have gifted her one of my books. He did give me one of his books. That's real. I never read it, but you know, I read the manifesto. I didn't read that one. Deep down, she agrees with me. Nope. Do not bother or harass or message her. We are just having a bit of fun on the stream. Well, I guess, Jason, we're just having a bit of fun too. We're just having a bit of fun over here as well. And most of your people, let's be honest. Look at, she is attacking No Right Gil right now. Be sure to dislike her stream. Oh my god. Guys, mount that like button to counteract all the asshole white identitarians that are telling you right now, look, she is attacking No White Guilt right now. Be sure to dislike her stream. You guys are going to be blown away by this guy. These people deserve to be mocked. They deserve to be laughed at. Listen, here's my theory with Jason. Here's my theory with the guy that we're going to watch. I think that he was the nerd in school that was never able to get the girl, probably didn't lose his virginity until he was in his 20s. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong about that, but like some people are very self-conscious about it. And I think that he has a lot of pent-up rage and frustration due to his inability to attract a woman. And I think this is how it's manifesting itself. That's what I think of Jason. Oh no. Oh no. It's Friday night. We're not holding back. This is not going to be a PG-13 stream. There's going to be, guys, remember when we did the small dick joke contest for the original stream back in June? The small dick joke contest is in effect again. The best small dick jokes will get several months of free membership in my locals community. If you make a small dick joke that makes me laugh in the chat, I will gift you a membership in my locals community. The small dick joke contest is back because I can't think of anyone more deserving than Jason Cohn. Yeah, you guys remember the small dick joke contest. You do. You do. So what we're going to be explaining next week is why they're using this terminology, the anti-white terminology. This is specific. This guy has been in the white sympathetic sphere since 1994. We have his trademark applications for white sympathetic bullshit. Not for that specifically, but we have his fucking trademark applications. He's tried to trademark this. And he's been doing it since 1994. What that means is he was doing this prior to critical race theory becoming mainstream. Like, critical race theory was allowed, but it it was around, but no one knew about it. So he was pushing all this crap before critical race theory. And then what happened? Dude, let me tell you what. His manifesto reads like white fragility for budding white identitarians. That's what it reads like. What I think happened is he saw what Kendi was doing. He saw what D'Angelo was doing. And he said, oh, they're making a lot of money and they're being really effective. I'm going to do the same thing. His book literally reads like white fragility for budding white identitarians. I'm not making that up. He was completely inspired by them. He took advantage of them. And he did exactly what they're doing. So what the word anti-white means, actually, we got some time, right? How much time do we have? 15 minutes. Do you guys want to see what the term anti-white actually means in his world? Check this out. Here, we'll stop sharing that for a second. So in his world, no person or group of people is anti-white by way of immutable characteristics such as race and sex. Rather, choosing to think anti-white thoughts, act in anti-white ways, or participate in anti-white ideologies or strategies makes one anti-white. That is exactly the same logic that led to Larry Elder being called a white supremacist. That is exactly the same logic that led to the Washington Post saying that any non-white Trump supporters are guilty of multiracial whiteness. We can even go in. They have an extensive glossary in this book. We can go in and we can see some key terms that we're going to need to know. Hang on. Let's see. Anti-white. People, thoughts, deeds, laws, policies, rules, and organizational entities that are inimical to well-being of Western kind. What does Western kind mean? Western kind means white people as a collective and as a historical entity. These people are collectivists. They're collectivists. They're just like the woke left. They view all white people as a collective. They view all black people as a collective. They view all Asian people as a collective. They are collectivists. They do not believe in individualism. They do not believe in meritocracy. They do not believe in a colorblind society. Westman, a white person. Westmen, white people and white as the collective. You can map almost everything back in this book to either Robin DiAngelo or Ibram X. Kendi. Let's see. What other things do you guys need to know? White well-being. Oh, here's another one. You're going to hear white well-being. They use white well-being, white positivity. They use them almost interchangeably. Where did it go? Oh, God. Where did it go? Hang on. There we go. The welfare of Western kind and its expressions. So, Nathaniel, for them, they view it as people. They view it as white people. It's not about the ideals. It's about the people. That's the difference. I don't consider Tree of Logic a white identitarian. I consider Tree of Logic to be grossly uninformed on what she was talking about, which is why I invited her on my channel to lay all of this out for her. She's welcome to join me or not. She's welcome to face the music of lying about me, but no, I don't think she's a white identitarian at all. Okay. Let's stop sharing that. I see Brit over in their chat. Let's pull their little show back up. So guys, what questions do you have? Because we've got like 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Yeah, I mean, these people would not accept Tree of Logic. You got to understand, these are white. These people want a white ethno state. They want a white ethno state. They ain't accepting Tree of Logic. She's not on their team. By the way, these people also do not consider themselves conservatives. They shit talk conservatives like all the time. So when I say these people are not on the political right. They're not on the political right. They're not conservatives. They view themselves as a completely distinct entity. Okay? So when we're talking about these people, I'm not talking about Republicans. I'm not talking about conservatives. I'm not talking about people on the political right. These are completely different. This is a completely different ideology. And we have to know that. Brittany, I love you. Oh, this little shit show is gonna be so great. It's gonna be great. Who's got a drink tonight? I believe in a colorblind society based on individualism and meritocracy. So no, I'm not going to get on board with any sort of state based on the color of one's skin. Now, I will say this. I believe these people are allowed to think whatever they want to think. It is a free country. I believe that these people are allowed to think. And by the way, mods in the chat, please feel free to mod away if these people come in. I believe that people are allowed to think whatever they want to think. These people are allowed to think whatever they want to think. My issue with them is they are now encroaching on the anti-CRT movement. They are trying to hijack the anti-CRT movement. They are using it as a way to insert their language into the culture. Oh, Jason's responding to me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jason, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You little needle dick prick. So I don't care if these people think whatever they want to think. I don't like it. But the fact of the matter is that in order to protect free speech and freedom of thought, we need to protect the ability of people to have ideas that are absolutely deplorable. Yeah, I use that word. We need to protect people's ability to think the worst possible thing, to use the worst possible words, because that protects all of us. That protects all of us. And so I have no problem with these people thinking whatever stupid thoughts, stupid, bigoted, hateful thoughts they want to think. That is not the issue. The issue is that they're encroaching on a movement and trying to hijack a movement that I care deeply about. Exactly. Think what you want, leave me the F alone. They have ceased to leave me the F alone. Oh, Jason, I've been watching your content for weeks, honey. Jason says, do stick around and learn something. Honey, I've been watching your content for weeks. I've been watching it for weeks. I have dozens of clips of you saying exactly what backs up every single thing that I've said. I've been watching your boy Brant. I've been watching that guy with the blood on his face. I've been watching your content for weeks. I even saw your speech in the UK where you flew over and you had the hazmat suit. Yeah, I saw that too. The one where you had to edit out Jew. Yeah, I saw that too. I've seen your stuff that you can't even put on YouTube because it'll get your channel taken down. I've seen that too. Ethan, hi doctor. I've been a fan of yours, of your content for several years. I'm a Bible believing Christian Southerner. I'm a libertarian. I love and respect you bunches. Thank you, Ethan. Contrary to popular belief, I don't mind Christians. Christians are fine. Most Christians are great. As long as you're a libertarian and as long as you don't expect me to be a Christian, I'm cool with you, man. I'm cool with you. Thank you for dropping by, Ethan. I appreciate the super chat. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Brittany, man. Brittany is a fucking warrior. Shout out to all my locals people. My locals people have been hearing about this for a while. Shout out to all my locals people. I love you guys. It's not a distraction. This is not a distraction. Like, trust me. This is, listen, I was just telling this to my locals community. But here is the thing. This is not a large group of people. This is not. However, they are highly organized. They are highly focused. And they are highly motivated. And they're having more of an impact than people understand. And you guys are going to see as we lay it all out. Because you need to see, like Kieran and I, we are, like, it was like we had enough information to write what we wanted to write like last week. And then we just kept finding more and more and more. It is like it is shocking. It is shocking. Awesome Human, ex-professor from Portland who quit teaching due to CRT here and present. Oh, congratulations, Awesome Human. Thank you for standing up and doing the right thing. Anytime you guys hear language, and they're specifically focused on language. You guys are going to see this next week. They are specifically focused on influencing language. They're going to say anti-white, 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 anti-white over and over and over again because that is the terminology they want used in popular culture. And the reason they want it used in popular culture is because it helps introduce their ideas to the broader culture. So they're highly focused on changing language. They're not focused on like doing these marches and this is not Charlottesville. That's not what this is. They are focused on influencing culture. BLM versus white identitarians. Who has the bigger dick? Obviously, the black guys have the bigger dicks. Come on. Obviously, the black men have bigger dicks. That's not. I don't even know why we're asking that question, Richard. As long as you're not talking about mayonnaise. I sent you a few samples regarding the nature of my podcast. I am pro free speech. Okay, I'll take a look. Listen, man, like I'm sorry. I get like a lot of requests, so I'm sorry if I don't remember you off the top of my head, but I will take a look. I promise. But, like, anytime I'm talking about this subject, like, it's a little sketch, to be really honest. Yes, yes, Michelle, yes, this is exactly right. They are using rules for radicals, dude. This is Kieran and I were just talking about this the other night. Yes, they're using rules for radicals. They have 100% co-opted that book. Yeah, thanks, your pal. Thanks. Not in my experience. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Oh, I was just gonna chill tonight, man. I was gonna work on finishing this article. Oh, someone has changed their name to me in the chat over there. Oh, isn't that fun? Hey, Roddy. Well, guys, if you want to get all the up-to-date information on these guys, please join my locals. Locals is the best place on the internet. kb.locals.com. Because my locals people have been hearing about this for a while, to be honest. My locals people have seen a sneak preview of some of the information. I want to thank my locals people for not being too upset with me when I've gotten really stressed out about this whole thing, because it's frankly been like really stressful for months. But they've seen sneak previews. We've talked about it. You know, I think one of the best strategies we can use against extremists on any side is just to mock them. It takes the guts out of what they're doing. And so that's what we're going to do here tonight. Tune in, drop out. I was on the CRT anti-white bandwagon until I realized it creates a feedback loop amplifying the wrong messaging. It just adds fuel to the divisiveness. Keep fighting the good fight. Thank you. Tune in and drop out. Listen, I understand why people think that CRT is anti-white. I really do. And I have no problem with saying that CRT is racist against white people. They hate the word racist. They think the word racist is an anti-white slur, so they won't use it. Say CRT is you can say CRT is racist against white people. It is. My specific issue is with the term anti-white, because that is the very specific term that they are trying to infuse into the mainstream. Anytime you see someone saying anti-white, it's almost always one of these people. Almost always. And we're going to lay this out next week and we're going to show you guys very, very clearly. But like I have no issue with saying like CRT is prejudiced against white people. It is. It's also prejudiced against like everyone, by the way. CRT is just racist is the best way to put it. But you know, that is what it is. All right, guys, I'm going to be changing over the chat real quick. We're doing it live. I'm going to be changing over the chat to I've already been demonetized. How can I already be demonetized? I just got started. My God. Jeez. That's all right. I don't really care. I don't really care. This is not about monetization. This is about doing what's right. Worm, I am not Christian, but they are great because they are individualists. I think a lot of them are individualists, yeah. Thank you for the coins at locals. I appreciate it. Yeah, coins are great on locals. All right, I'm changing the chat. So you have to be subscribed for a while in order to chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this prevents anyone from chatting, but it's just going to have to be the way it is. Because I want to prevent as many of these idiots as coming into the chat as possible. I don't know if that person with my name in their chat is... Oh, you guys are so awesome. I love you guys so much. Like, this guy's asking, like, I already have enough expensive handbags. Dude, you can never have enough expensive handbags. Let's just be honest. I still haven't bought the last purse, though. I haven't found one I like yet. And I really want, like, if I'm going to buy an expensive purse, like, I really want to like it. Like, I want to love it. I want to use it, like, all the time. But I promise I will show you guys the purse I buy when I find the one. Oh, we're starting. Oh, he's got a little intro. Watch this. He's got a little fucking intro. Oh, is it frozen? Oh, no, he's just putting his image up. Yeah, Patrice, handbags are your friend. Guys, mount that like button. Mount that like button if you haven't already. Mount that like button if you think that white identitarian assholes like Jason here are compensating for not being able to get girls in high school. Just T, stay away from. Yeah, don't go to the Capitol protest. That's a bad idea. I don't even know what that is, but I just like that just seems like a bad idea. JLS, thank you for being around so long, my friend. I appreciate it. They do all these fruity songs. I swear they have like they have a whole white art and music collective. I'm not making that up. Look in the chat. Carlin seems to think you can erase collectives from the world. You can't. Hang on. Let me turn the sound down. They're saying in the chat, Carlin seems to think you can erase collectives from the world. Sorry, you can't. These are collectivists. These are not conservatives. These are not on the right. These are collectivists. They're a different kind of collectivist. They're white identitarians. That's who they are. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet, Reagan. If there are any locals members in the chat that want to be a moderator and I haven't made you a moderator yet, please just shout me out and I'll make you a moderator. Alexandra, find Jason's pee-pee in the haystack. Alexandra's already in my locals. Good small dick joke, Alexandra. I actually don't think it's like that bad. It's not that bad. There are worse. Libertarianism to Christians like me is getting government out of the way so we can spread hope and love and let the church care for communities, serve our God, love thy neighbors as thyself. Dude, Ethan, I love that, man. I love that. People should be able to worship however they want. I love it. You're doing good in the world. I'm fine with that. Just don't force anyone else to do a thing. Still. All right, we're just going to turn off that music because I don't... Maybe I haven't like... So loud. Guys, I might just be showing the super chats on the screen because we want to make sure we're responding to Jason. We want to make sure we do that. Thank you, Nick H. What disgusting and deflecting behavior they have. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, dude. Dude. Ain't seen nothing yet. Look, they have these fancy intros. Look at this.
American schools are hotbeds of anti-American brainwashing. Teachers and administrators are trained to indoctrinate and enforce ideological conformity. Submission is the norm.
Why is he even on YouTube is my question. Really?
Crucible is the true story of one schoolboy's struggle against society's obsession with an anti-American ideology. This young man refused to surrender to the psychological
Turn it
abuse
up.
of his
Okay.
superiors and the violence of his peers. In Crucible, Child Patriot, American Victory, two visions of America collide. One is left standing.
The white one, of course. The white one is the one that he wants left standing. We haven't yet figured out if this is organic or if this is the feds. But for our purposes, it really doesn't matter, to be honest, because the ultimate outcome is the same. They're still trying to fuck with the anti-CRT movement. They're still influencing people. Oh, here we go.
Does that make sense?
What is this? Oh. So, like, I know people are going to say that, like, Carl, this is just the feds. It doesn't matter for our purposes. It very well could be. To be really honest, it could be organic. It could be the feds. But for our purposes, the outcome is ultimately the same. They're still influencing people when they're vulnerable, when they're confused, when they're just looking for information to help their kids. Wait till we tell you guys about White Date. White Date is a whole other fucking thing. Oh, may contain some colorful language. Okay. They're listening to me while they're watching this stream. I don't think it's the feds, to be honest. That's my hunch.
Civilization is at risk of
This is
collapsing
White
under the
Date!
weight of
This is White Date!
anti-whiteism. Anti-whiteism is all concepts, ideologies, actions, and
White
everything
Date has a whole
deriving
video about how
therefrom,
eugenics is
such as
good.
opinions,
I swear to
policies,
God.
laws, and rules that inflict injury
Yeah, White
on
Date
Western
justice.
kind and
Yes.
Western civilization.
This is a real thing.
There is no Western civilization without Western kind.
Remember, that
If you
means
care
white.
for the well-being of Westmen and their great civilization,
That means
read
white.
Go Free by Jason Koehner. Arm yourself with the psychological defense.
The
for
woman talking right now
psychological
founded a
warfare
website
being
called
waged
White Date
against Westmen.
and put there's
spread
videos
this
on
knowledge
BitChute
to
that talk about
others.
how eugenics is good and everyone
Become
does
an
eugenics.
advocate
I
for
swear
white
to God.
well-being. Support white positive persons and organizations. Let anti-white persons and organizations know that you disapprove of their words and actions. Call out anti-whiteism wherever
They
you
also
see it.
rewrote the song Imagine
Support children
to
from
talk about
anti-white indoctrination.
deporting all the Jews and
Do
non-white
whatever
people. I
else you
swear to
feel is
God.
best within legal means to help
I swear
ensure
to
the
God.
well-being of Western kind. Thank you in advance.
See? White Date. That's real. That is a real fucking thing.
There is no excellence where there is equality.
For every diversity hire,
Oh, just
There's
you
a
wait.
diversity fire.
It is not the similarities.
He's giving us
that
all the
make us
promos
same.
today, just for
It
you
is
guys.
the differences that make us different.
Yeah, she's D'Angelo on crack. Yeah.
Those who hate the truth.
Atonement cannot be made for a grievance never committed.
Hollywood isn't history.
In a world of collectivism,
That asshole. I've got that asshole too. The guy with the blood. He's the one posting in the anti-CRT groups.
There is no Western civilization without Western kind.
If you guys see a guy named Don Jackson posting in anti-CRT
Are
groups,
you all about ready to get this underway? I think
that's
one
who
more
that is.
song. We'll get fired up again on a little bit of bluegrass.
Yes,
music
Jason,
and
play us another
roll
shitty song, you needle
with
dick
this
fuck. Okay. So while he's playing a song and doing a dance, so if you guys see a guy named Don Jackson posting in any anti-CRT groups on Facebook, he is one of them. I have a lot of evidence of him going around posting in a lot of anti-CRT groups trying to get people over to this fucking movement. Don Jackson. Don Jackson. He also goes by Donald Kent. I love that we're just documenting their chat. Please keep chatting in, guys. Please. Because we're recording all of it. Listen, bluegrass music is fun. I mean, this is probably true in his case, but like bluegrass music is generally fun. Come on. All right, let's just turn it on so we can see when they're coming back. No. Don Jackson is a terrible superhero name. That's true. I'm going to let an incent. I'm going to let it inset because, you know, we might want to have some chill. We want to have chill vibes when we're dealing with white identitarians. We want to have chill vibes for white identitarians because you choose your mood. Don't react to the things going on around you. Choose your own mood. Choose your emotions. Chill vibes. Paul Taylor, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. I was thinking about Deliverance. I was like, I don't know why. I was thinking the other day, I was like, I want to watch Deliverance for some reason. Probably won't now. It's been ruined.
And she is more than welcome.
Oh, he's
Jump
talking.
into the live chat while we talk about
Oh, honey, I'm in the live chat. I'm in the live chat. I'm watching the whole thing, Jason.
everything that she.
Can you guys hear him?
Thanks, Space.
They are yes and no.
Enjoy.
Yes, and they're not directly, but like he's connected to them. But not most of these people know. Not most of these people know. Yeah, he was talking about how I'm welcome to come in the chat or something.
That's right, y'all.
I mean, I'm not scared of them, so. The music will get softer.
And we are rolling in, going free. How is everybody doing? Can you hear
See,
me okay?
he's not good at
A few
sound
technical
mixing.
difficulties. I don't know if it's Carlin, the wonderful Carlin, and what she's up to. But I do want to say hello to everybody before we get properly and fully underway here.
At least he's saying my name correctly. I'll have to give him that
this
point.
Is a roast. It's comedic. It's not. Nothing here is serious.
It's not
Everybody
comedic.
knows we actually love Carlin.
Well, I think you're a fucking idiot.
Between the two, it's just a comedic roast, and you see these from time to time. You can find them on YouTube. This looks like says everybody can hear me okay. I want to start off by thanking the wonderful who came in late this past Sunday. I love Jesus Christ.
I turned him up a little bit.
Who financially
Hope that's
gifted
better.
$10 US. God bless you, sweet sister. What a true champion.
He
you
calls
are.
them brothers
$10
and
financial
sisters
gift,
like
and she
comrades.
says, for
Nathaniel,
white
just wanted to thank you for all that you do. I've been
well-being.
following you since you
Thank
first
so
appeared on
very
Glenn
much.
Beck's
Boy,
program.
the
I've learned
Ant
about
Nats
several
have
issues I
shown up
never would have
tonight. How
heard about
many of
without
these
you.
folks
Thank you.
that have shown up
Thank
just
you,
being
Nathaniel. I appreciate that, my
absolutely
friend.
disgusting do you think are actually Carlin's community, or are they the Ant Nats deciding to show up and do their Ant Nat nitwittery? Raymond says that the audio is good, fantastic. We're gonna roll. I see
I do see some of my fans in his chat. Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
0022, Mystic Knight, Tom, Mr. Cat Fookers, great to see you. Nathaniel says, LMAO, we didn't hear really much of over the banjo. That's fine. That's fine. It's exactly the way it should be. There was nothing important there anyhow. Carlin has fans openly been challenged to a debate.
No, there'll be no
Carlin's
debate.
fans have openly
no debating with these people, guys.
to a debate.
We mock
Yes,
these
indeed.
people.
If you are here,
We show
then
how
try to
fucked
debate
up these
us,
people are. We do
and,
not debate them.
I will
Their issues are
burn
not
you
up
to
for
the
debate.
ground. Sabata is here, of course, metaphorically, in a loving, comedic sort of way.
He
Nancy Drew,
wishes.
the great Nathaniel, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for that champion, making the wheels turn in the background.
Yeah, we have
Master
significantly
Rebel,
more
Dirk,
viewers.
The great Franklin Peanut is
And
with
even
us.
like
Wonderful
like
to see
probably
you.
half his viewers are
Shauna's
probably my
with us.
fans.
Was that damn Laney, Jack, Britt, And the dear, sweet sister Carlisle Cockatoo is with us. Hello, dear,
He calls
sweet
them
sister.
brother and
Welcome,
sister, like
welcome. Glad to
comrade,
see you.
because they're exactly like the
Let me
woke
see.
left.
Did I mention Shauna and Emily and
Look,
Carlin
Hale.
Poroshenko?
Look.
I guess that
That's how they
was,
greet
maybe
each
was
other.
that her. I doubt it. Right? Another one of the
Hank
imposters at
Reardon,
work
I have
again,
no white guilt. I also don't feel
doing the thing
victimized
that
by
they
what people
do.
think of my whiteness. Their
But I'm
victimhood
guessing
is
it's
astounding. That's
probably,
exactly right, Hank.
more likely.
Good to
although
see you, my
maybe
friend.
it is her community.
It is,
Maybe
honey.
It is. Monty is here.
It is.
LHC. Well, why don't we go ahead and I will say hello as we continue to roll. And but to let you know, this is just a roll in, and we're just gonna have a bit of fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bit of fun too, Jason.
So much fun that I
so
even
much
put a sports
fun.
ball shirt on.
Maybe
That's how
Jason
much
will have an
fun
orgasm
that
on
we're
this stream
having
again,
here
just like he had
today.
last time. Remember when Jason was like,
if you have any questions or comments, please
that's
do
what he was
ask
like
those.
last time
Make
on the
sure you
last
tag me
stream
when
he
you
did
do.
about me.
And you can do so on YouTube. You can do so on D Live. I might see those. And you can also potentially do them over there.
I might not
Odyssey.
be my
I
best
might
self
see
on
those
this
as
stream,
well.
just so everyone's
Entropy
aware.
is
If
the
it's
main
not clear yet, I
place
might not be my
to
best self.
land,
I'm not gonna be
and,
my high. I'm not gonna act in my highest character.
We're gonna have some fun. Entropy is the main place to land. If
Yeah,
you have any
dislike their
financial
stream,
gifts, you can
everyone.
gift
Come
there
on.
as well. You can gift
They're doing
over
it to
on
me,
Cash App.
so
Pardon me, the URLs for both are in the description below. You can even financially gift over there on Odyssey.
yeah.
But whatever you do,
Kieran
do
makes
not
a good
financially
point.
gift $1 on Odyssey. It is almost 40% that they charge on $1. So you might as well just give it all to
Don't
Odyssey.
be won
Forget
over
about
by
it.
anything he says.
Looks
This
like
guy's a
$5 are
salesperson.
up on
He is
Odyssey.
a
It's the only thing that
salesperson.
is
He has
legitimate.
experience in sales.
Everything else, though.
He knows
Cash
what he's
App,
doing. He's
Entropy,
very
ask your
savvy.
questions.
Hank and
Tap
Jason,
in, tap
FYI,
out,
irony
and
is
challenging,
isn't
calling
just the
out to
opposite of
Carlin's
wrinkly.
supporters. If you have any real arguments, make them.
Oh, honey,
Show
we
up
will.
and make your actual arguments.
I think we
I
did.
doubt you will.
Oh, I
doubt you
think we're
will.
doing it
But,
right here.
Show up and then we'll talk about this and we'll get
No,
this.
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
gonna do
no,
this
no,
for a
no, no,
moment.
no,
Let's
no,
see.
no,
We'll
no,
do
no,
that,
no,
and
no.
then we'll do this, and this is how we're going to get things.
You're gonna
started.
roast the
very
Nicki
first thing I wanted
Minaj
to
video?
do to get things started.
It's like the best he
talking
has is the
about
Nicki
Carlin
fucking Minaj video.
Poroshenko and some of her community, because the rest of her community is made up of good people. Most of her community is composed of good people, and
All of my community is good people.
That we don't dislike Carlin. I don't want anybody to.
He
to
has made
harass
like
Carlin.
5
Do
different
not
videos
harass
about
her.
me.
Do not message her. Do not get into a
He is a
spat with her.
snake oil
Leave
salesman.
Carlin
Snake
Poroshenko,
oil
conservative
salesman.
heartthrob,
Not
alone.
conservative.
Just leave her alone. Let her do her thing.
I'm not conservative,
She's
and these
making
people
good
are not
money
conservative
by way
either.
of
They are not
YouTube
on the
and,
right. They are
PragerU,
something
whoever
else.
is financing her to use abstractions to lead Western kind down another dead-end alley, so that this will be the final one, and there'll be no
Hang on.
reclamation of our destiny.
Did you guys just hear? He says he thinks PragerU is financing me to lead Western kind away from like the righteous path.
Take a moment.
Yeah.
You're watching this live or you're watching this in replay. Take a moment. I would like you to listen to maybe this and have a few laughs with us. We love Carlin.
Nathaniel,
And,
can I just
you
say
you can
that
laugh
I
at
give
your
yes,
leader
he
who
very
sits
bad
in that big
vibes, very
throne
bad
of
vibes.
hers,
Yes,
that she has.
yeah, that's not just
I
you.
guess it's Twitter or something.
That's
She's
not just
banned
you.
me, so she's a bit afraid of me.
No, I
on
blocked you,
Twitter.
honey.
But I never talked to her on Twitter, so but she did ban me nonetheless.
Oh, can you blame me?
But just hang out, listen to what we have to say, watch my introductory video on my channel. Are we what she claims that we
Yes.
are? Or are we something quite different?
Yes.
Is she not gatekeeping? Is she
Gatekeeping is a
she
word that
not
they
trying
use.
to
It's like one of the
prevent
things you can
from
tell that
seeing
you
and
know who they
hearing
are.
what we have to say?
You can
I would
listen to
say
what they
that
have
she's
to
trying
say.
to prevent you from seeing and hearing what we have to say.
They're
And
exactly who I
evidence of
say they
that
are.
is that she is actually live streaming my live stream. And she
Goddamn
loves
right.
me. She definitely loves me. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But for now, she wants to gatekeep. She wants to get out ahead of you.
He is a
And
cult
I'm
leader.
talking to all of her fans right now. I think she's got like
He is a
100,000
cult
and a couple
leader.
subscribers on YouTube, which is kind of sad when you have, you know, PragerU and whoever else financially supporting you, and you have all of the
PragerU doesn't
anti-whites
financially support
at
me.
YouTube wanting to push you and abstractionism.
Yeah, exactly. PragerU quit proves he's not right wing.
And Western
They
civilization, because
hate.
that always works for us.
They hate the Jews. They are so anti-Semitic.
Works. How many lifetimes does it take? And I asked the fans, Carlin's fans, how many lifetimes does it take? How many people have to fail? Your grandparents, your great-grandparents were using the abstractions that she pushes on you. And look at the state that America is in, that Canada is in, that the UK is in. They're all going down the toilet. Maybe it's time to stop listening.
Not
So
because of
for somebody with
multiculturalism.
100,000 plus subs to be hunting down somebody with 20,000 subs who is shadow banned and silenced.
You're such a
everywhere
poor
he goes,
victim,
kicked off numerous
Jason. You're such a
platforms
poor
simply
victim.
for
Poor
caring about the
you.
well-being
Poor
of white
you.
people. That's really kind of sad. It's really kind of pathetic to only have 100,000.
I think it's
subs.
really
So
kind of
feel sorry for
pathetic.
you there.
I think it's really kind of
Dear
pathetic that you're
sister,
screaming about me
you
on
know,
a Friday
really should
night.
be up around 500,000 with all of that sort of support. But I understand you have things in your way, like your personality and looks and ideas. Now, for the rest of you, those who are followers,
And yet I still have 5 times the amount of subs you
by
do.
listening to me and by watching the introductory video, that we are actually something very
If
different
you like PragerU,
than
you
she
hate
would
these
like to
guys.
claim.
No.
And so we're going to go ahead and have this conversation. We're going to have a bit of fun. I have a slightly different message than Carlin, your leader, does. So you'll have to have a little bit of patience and listen to what we have to say here. You're going to find something that's going to be especially, I guess, perhaps unsettling for you.
He's moderating
because
people.
You're going to say,
He's
well, wait a
moderating
second,
people. He's
Carlin could
moderating
not
people. He
have lied
complains
to
about
us.
me banning people, but then he's moderating people.
Could not have lied to us. Well, we actually here
It's like they're total
invite
hypocrites.
people
It's
of
like they're
all
total
races
hypocrites.
and all immutable characteristics to participate with us in putting an end to anti-whiteism, which is anti-white ideology. It targets white people and thereby is destroying Western civilization.
By Western civilization, he means white.
Of the attack. No, you acknowledge the target of the attack, and then good people of all races, as they have come to us to assist us, come to us.
He's a left-wing shill. They're just like the woke left. They're just like the woke left.
Civilization. So this is just a roast. It's a mini roast. I don't intend to be here for a very long time, although I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see, indeed.
But it's just a roast.
I've got all night, Jason.
Comedy.
I've got all night.
Carlin. I don't want anybody to vex her. I don't want anybody to reach out and bother her and say anything negative about her at all. I have sent her a gift of one of my books, which she accepted. So I like Carlin. We're practically the same.
No,
we're practically the
we
same.
are not.
Except for the whole gatekeeping and white people need to die in a pool of abstractions. So let's take a look over what happened this past Wednesday.
Dude can't even go on camera.
Because this Carlin decided she was going to unleash all barrels on
I
on
have
yours
not
truly, but our
begun
entire
to
community,
unleash
everybody
all
whose
barrels. I have not
practice is going
fucking
free.
begun
It's
to
a practice,
unleash all barrels,
folks,
you
for
asshole.
those who are new, those who are part of Carlin's community, it's just a practice. There's not a
We'll
group,
watch
there's
the
not an
videos I have of
organization.
him
It's a
later. If he
practice
doesn't
to
show
help
the
you
videos that we have of him, I will
free
show you guys
yourself
after
of the
he's done.
anti-white narrative.
I will show you some of them.
in
I'm
a
not going to
way
show you
that
all
it
of them. I'll show
actually
you some of them.
works. Now I know you're, the leader here, Carlin Borisenko. She's got a massive ego, doesn't she? A massive ego and a small IQ. If I wanted to kill myself, I think I would climb to the top of her
Someone
ego
else has something
and leap
small.
to her IQ, and that would be the end. That would be the end of me, because that's the difference between her ego and her IQ. I never forget the first time I saw Carlin. The first time I saw her on YouTube. I mean, I try to forget it, but I never forget it. I never forget, because I thought to myself, wow, there's somebody who gets it. She just, well, wait, what did she just say? No. And then I saw another gatekeeper, so that was problematic. I mean, but she has on Wednesday, I didn't know this was going on.
I am living
And suddenly I had a
rent-free
bunch of
in his
people,
head.
reaching out to me. I was on another show, and they were reaching out, and they were saying, my God, Carlin Borisenko, she's going nuts over the fact that people are acknowledging that the attack is focused on white people.
No.
And it was just like text after text after text. People were sending me, because she kept tweeting and tweeting.
Carlin
and tweeting.
derangement syndrome.
She was all over me, like hair all over her back. I mean, that's just, she couldn't get enough
wishes.
of no white guilt.
He wishes, but I'm sorry, Jason. I'm a happily married woman. I'm sorry.
Hair.
And I'm not going to do a
Wouldn't
bunch of
do it
fat jokes
anyway.
either. I mean, she's smooth. She's like a porpoise, like a beached porpoise.
That's all they can do is call me
But not a
fat.
bunch
That's
of fat
literally
jokes
all
today,
they can
'cause
do is call me fat.
kidding. It's jokes. This is about a mini roast, so I want to go easy here. It's nothing bad, but
Justice,
but let's
I
play
see
the
you.
association game. What comes to mind when I say porpoise? I love fat though.
What comes to mind when I say incel?
Who were most chunky, and it used to be great to hug a chunky grandmother. You know, she would come and then both grandmothers and they would just say hello.
Bad.
And you run up and the kids, they run up, they give the grandmother a hug. And wouldn't be fun if she were just like skeletal. But in fact, many guys, we're told nowadays that fat is really beautiful. Diabetes is wonderful.
Thank you, David.
Heart disease is erotic. Many guys genuinely many guys genuinely like fat. You know, they say more cushion for the pushing. So I get it. It works. It works for a lot of people. So any jokes about fat, they're just, it's what comes with the territory of doing
the small dick joke contest is in effect. The best small dick jokes will get free months in my locals.
I misspelled conservative on the thumbnail, so I'll have to get to that later. But I decided to use heartthrob because femme fatale really didn't fit Carlin, and really heartthrob is gender neutral, and I thought she would approve of that. But it looks like the chat is already going crazy, so let's bring that back up here, and we will see what we can.
I am living rent-free in his head. Rent-free in his head.
My stepdad's not mean. And we have White Student Transmission financially gifting transmission $5. Thank you so much, good brother, a great champion.
Good brother, comrade.
Gift and a big salute.
See, because these guys are collectivists because they're fascists, right?
Recruit, brother. They're live collectivists on too. Carlin's platform. Oh, brother. Like I didn't know it was going to work out that way.
He had no fucking idea it was going to work out this way.
Don't you love having a game of wits with an unarmed person? I mean, it's just fantastic. So
all he can do is call me stupid and
Where
fat.
Do we have these things? I know I
That's
have
all
them
he
somewhere.
can do.
They're over here. They're over here on the screen. We're going to talk about her tweets.
Oh, let's do it, Jason. Let's show my tweets. I hope you play the sound of the tweets, and then we can walk through them.
Love as she can be, and she tweets this. This is one of the, if not the very first tweet on Wednesday.
No, it's not the first tweet. That was actually one of the last tweets on Wednesday.
If anyone has questions,
that was one of the last tweets. He's not showing the good stuff because the good chef talks about how he's celebrating influencing language
coming from very bad places. Kind of like that cat scratch rash she has, or at least is rumored to have. Sorry, not going to apologize for blocking White Identitarian. What you did, just apologize, Carlin. You just apologize.
Wow.
You're not going to, but then you did.
He just admitted he was a White Identitarian. He just admitted it. Oh, here we go. What are you?
Carlin's
what are you? What are you?
Single one of us is an identitarian.
What are you?
Identitarian. I've objected to this title since it came over from
you?
Europe, primarily France, and where there's an organization there and they believe different things than we do.
What are you?
In the practice of going free. So just a little correction there. I wonder if from now on, Carlin will honor the fact that we are not White Identitarians, because
what are you?
It's kind of misleading, Carlin. It's kind of misleading to tell your audience that we are things like White Identitarians and all of these other names.
Tell us, Jason. Tell us what you are.
There is nowhere in all of my decades in service to white well-being and the work that we have been doing,
in all his decades of service to white well-being,
that we were identitarians or white nationalists. Never been any of those things. In fact, we argue against them. I argue against what we call antique nationalists.
I've never accused you of being that.
The issue is
he wants a white ethno state.
Carlin wants to victimize Western kind. That's why she doesn't want you talking about
Western kind means
those
white
who are being victimized.
It's immoral in her mind to care about white people, to care about them being victimized. So this is how she gets started. Somebody criticized her, and she said, she's blocking people. And I surmise, don't go over to her channel and bother her. Like, her community is coming over here. Don't do that. Don't bother her. Because she's an anti-white who calls herself a conservative, and the anti-whites
I've never
who
called
call
myself a
themselves
conservative.
Marxists and communists and Antifa and etc. And those
See, you
who
don't have to
call
be
themselves
non-white to
employees
be
of
anti-white.
YouTube,
It's
they
exactly
will
like Kendi and
do her
D'Angelo.
bidding. And we'll just jump on to the next tweet she has here. When you see people forcefully pushing you to say CRT is anti-white like this, you have to understand that it is part of their strategy to normalize the anti-white language.
Let's see what he says.
Oh my God, that is the dumbest. She is so smart.
We want Jason to tell us what he's
Carlin
doing.
is so smart. It reminds me of the
Let him
time
do
that
it in
she
his
talked
hubris.
about the thesaurus in that movie Jurassic Park. That's how bright she is. Normalize the anti-white language. No, the anti-white language is already normalized, dumb. It's called anti-whiteism. We are trying to normalize white positivity, and you want to prevent that from reaching your audience. I wonder if she'll be willing to continue to stream what we're doing here and allow her audience to hear me, or will she be talking over me, or eating over me, or whatever she can to prevent her audience from hearing what we have to say? All of those people out there of all races, you're all welcome.
Tell us what you're doing, Jason.
Help us put an end to anti-whiteism. You all know that's what's actually happening. You all know who the actual victims are. You just have to get over your fear of saying what is really taking place, and you can then have success. And you've got to also get over the gatekeeper here. Just, leap over her, run around her, maybe even use your walker to get around her. It's not like she's fast or anything. I mean, she's not going to be able to knock you down. So just whatever it takes, crawl. It's going to be fine. She writes here, it's literally written in their manifesto. This guy has read that book. So I don't know who this person is.
I was retweeting someone.
Tweeted it, and then she's retweeting the person. But it's a book. And
yes,
why
he identifies very much as the victim.
The book is called Go Free, and we're about to release iteration 2 of the second edition, and updated 100 more or so pages in it. It's marvelous, and it's going to help you understand the world, help you understand what the anti-whites who dominate the regime are doing to us, help to understand why there are people who gatekeep and try to force abstractions on you rather than the truth of what the anti-whites are.
I want him to tell you guys exactly who he is,
rather than the truth,
because he will.
Since non-white
because he has
people
that level
come
of
to
hubris.
our aid and support us in defense of these attacks that are obviously against white people, white children.
They are collectivists. It's not really right or left, though. It's not right or left. They're not.
And it's just is
they reject that paradigm.
Invalidation of what works. You need to come away from this, get around the gate, and you'll see. So using this manifesto word is a way to poison the well. She doesn't want you to see what is written. She just posts a couple
I'm going to show you guys what's written.
What you see there, because all of it is welcoming to all people and acknowledges reality in a way that you have never seen before elsewhere. Your eyes are going to pop wide open, and then you'll see Carlin forevermore in your rearview mirror. So please have a look.
He preys on people when they're scared and confused and don't know what's going on, and that's exactly what his book is. They prey on people who are confused and want to understand, and they do it through the anti-CRT groups on Facebook.
How does that sound for an idea? All right, let's jump over to the next one. What do we have here? There we go.
Oh, Lauren Witzke. Yes, Lauren Witzke's been on his channel. Lauren Witzke's been on this guy's channel.
Freaks are saying in a minute.
You guys know how I feel about Lauren Witzke.
It's a bunch of anti-nationalists, people who like to play Nazi, who are.
He's saying you guys are his enemies, not my fans.
Because I'm sure Carlin supporters are good people. and they wouldn't be behaving this way. So, but I'll take a look in a moment. But
Oh,
she says here in the
Jason.
next tweet, just for funsies, I'm going to leave this here. And no one was surprised. What's the point? What's the actual point there? She went through this video, this interview I did of Lauren Witzke to find a moment, probably a 100th of a second or I get 10th of a second or whatever she zeroed in on to find a point where both Lauren and I are thinking.
I actually just clicked to a
But of
random
course,
point
the
and took a
rest of the
screenshot. It
interview
wasn't that
looked
thought
like
out.
that. That's what the rest of the interview looked like. So if you'd like to see that interview and hear sane people
You
talking
guys
about
know
sane
why I put
things,
that picture of
then you
Lauren
can
Witzke
come
up,
on
because
over
she's
and
a
you can watch that,
psycho.
because there's a big difference between what the gatekeeper shows you and what actually happens. Gatekeeper, what actually happens. And gatekeeper. So remember that, folks, when you are wondering whether or not to continue imbibing your information from the good doctor over there. Let's see. What does she now look at what I'm going to have to upload a couple more of these.
Hang on, I'm going to lower the volume. He has skipped over every single important tweet that I sent up until this point, which illustrates exactly what he's doing, which we will play when this is over. I will play them all for you guys. You will get a sneak preview of what we're going to be releasing next week, because he skipped over all the good stuff.
Sounds like something a conservative would do, right?
Not a conservative.
Doesn't it sound like something a conservative would immediately do? I handed this to a couple of journalists on a silver platter, including ones you've heard of. Well, that means she's name dropping there without dropping any names.
I didn't drop any names.
Yeah, she's so important.
I will be dropping
so
names next
important.
week if they don't get off their
Including
asses and
some
start
you've heard
writing.
of, and all they had to do was go
I've
on
never heard anything more
Amazon
insane in my life.
and download this guy's. There it
Oh,
is
just
again.
wait.
Not his book. Not
Just
his book,
wait.
But his manifesto. He writes a manifesto.
I've been
No
watching this guy
poisoning
for
the
almost
well
2
there or
weeks
anything
straight.
like that. To see everything.
This is
I
why I'm
said
losing my mind.
Was 100% right. Really? Was it 100% right? I mean, we've already shown some of your
Yes.
lies. And then what does she write?
Yes.
Oh, to her chagrin, none of them bothered to do it. You know why, Carlin? You know why? Because none of them have a hard-on for me like you do.
Oh,
That's
you
why.
wish, honey.
None of them have a
Honey,
hard-on for me
honey,
like you do.
honey,
I
I've got a
mean, we just
bigger dick than
absolutely
you do,
take the cake.
Jason.
They looked into what I have written. They looked into the many thousands of hours of video that I have made, speeches that I've given, and they said, wait a second. This guy is actually nothing like she claims him to be. This whole community of people.
I can have a
who
hard on
practice
because I have a
go-free
bigger dick
in
than he
their
does.
Religions, in their lodges, in
And
their
he knows it.
political groups, and whatever it might be. And this is why Carlin is really
Exactly.
so upset. And not only Carlin, but this is what's so magnificent, is it's the entire conservative superstructure. They are all pissed off over the fact that the work that we are doing,
He's not a conservative.
without multimillionaires funding
He's
us,
separating themselves from
like
conservatives. He's not a
the
conservative.
conservative movement has to fund them, like the Republican Party has to fund them.
He's not a
Without
Republican.
The millionaire help, we are changing the landscape. So we're doing something right. We're doing something right. We don't have big PR firms finding out what's the best way in little focus groups. How do we reach these people? How do we keep them dumb as possible? That's what Carlin's community says. How do we keep them as dumb and as gate-kept as
This is what he thinks of
possible so they can't
conservatives.
get out and find the truth? How do we do that? Well, millions of dollars put into that, and
You're
yet
literally watching
we,
them.
this community
You're
of
watching them.
champions are changing the world for the better, for everyone of every race and every religion, and the environment as well.
Moderating his
That's
chat.
what we're doing. You know, the last time we had a dust up, Carlin and I,
It's going to be going on for months.
the last time we had a
Jason.
dust up, she actually paid her audience to talk about my penis. I wonder
And I'll do it again.
what's been on Carlin's
again.
mind.
And
I mean, can
again.
you imagine?
Honey,
She's like, okay,
what
we're
did
gonna
I
refute
pay
this
them
guy.
to
Let's
talk
talk about his penis.
about?
And I will pay you to do it. How many of you will join me in talking about Jason's penis.
How
I
many
will
people
pay
will
you.
join me
My God.
in
How
making
desperate do you
small
have to be?
dick jokes to get a
How
membership in
desperate?
my locals? If you make me laugh,
I
you get a
haven't
membership in
opened
my
a
locals.
single love letter from her. Not a single one. I don't care how many you send to me, Carlin. She's just like, I'll find somebody to talk about Jason's penis with. I'll pay them.
Yes.
I will just break out
No,
the
I gave them
dollars,
locals membership.
and I will
Yes,
pay
we are
them,
live
and I will
streaming
give
his
them
live
free
stream.
accounts and free access. Did you see all the shit she was giving away? For Christ's sake, just to talk about my
I gave
dong.
away 6 months membership
is
in
what
my
this woman
locals
had
to the
to
best
do.
small dick jokes. And we'll do it again. Make the best small dick joke. You get it 6
I
months
mean,
free in my locals.
It's not like she has a gigantic penis pillow on her bed that she has named Jason.
I have a husband, honey.
I mean, maybe she does have that. I don't know. Maybe she does. Right? And she just cuddles up to it each night. Jason, my penis pillow. Please open my love letters.
Yeah, we
I know
needed.
she's
I'm
gonna do
gonna
it
do.
again. You know
Yeah,
she's gonna do it again. She's gonna break out the dollars again, and then they're gonna call down from PragerU. Shut this bitch up. Tell her to stop talking about his dick. What in the hell is she's doing? What? She's giving away money? What in the hell is wrong with her? Pull the plug on that.
he wants us. He wants us.
Time.
He wants us to stop talking about what a small dick he has so bad.
Can somebody get this girl laid?
Husband.
Actually paying people for dick jokes about yours truly. I know how we can settle this, Carlin. I know exactly how we can settle it. You whip yours out and we'll see who's bigger, you or me.
You got it.
That's how we'll settle this. Whip yours out and we'll see who's bigger.
It's going to be me.
And then we will finally have this resolved.
I've obviously hit a nerve.
She's unhappy with me, though. Carlin is very unhappy with me. I understand. I get it, because we have the way, the truth, the love, the redemption, and she has to gatekeep. She's like a goalie.
I love you guys so much.
In the hole of the fence. And that's where the size comes
Someone's
in.
feeling self-conscious, isn't he? This guy is like tiny too. He's very short.
Carlin,
He's very short.
Acquired taste. I am an acquired taste.
Honey, someone else can acquire
which means
it.
That if you don't like me, you have to acquire.
He's talking
some
about
taste.
his dick, and he's supposed to be roasting me. I thought this was about me.
These good people. So what I'll do is I will pull this down, and then pull a couple of these down, and we will load the next slew of her tweets.
Do it.
That she got into because she couldn't get enough of Jason. She couldn't get enough of No White Guilt. Can't get enough of hearing about
these. It always comes back to dick size. I swear, it always does. Every fucking
and
time.
Don't call CRT. Have you heard her saying it? I mean, that's torture enough. How does anybody stick around? I wonder if any of those numbers are
How
correct
is it possible that I have
about
more
the
watchers
subscriber
right now
base.
than you? And most of your audience
Because
are
how does
my
anybody
fucking
tolerate
fans.
Her melodious voice. It's so beautiful. I'm surprised she doesn't sing opera, and I guess to prisoners, because who else would listen
He is
to that?
tiny. He is very
All right, let me
short.
see.
He is a very
check
slight
and see what
build.
we have over here. We have Master Rebel has financially gifted $10 US. God bless you,
Yes,
brother.
exactly.
That is amazing.
This is exactly right. His entire movement is because he's jealous
We'll
of black
see.
men.
Remember the other thing that she really, when she was giving away all of that money, the thing that she was really on me about, and just putting it on me, was how much more money she makes. Remember that? On her stream, she's like, look at how much money I make.
No, I said I was going to buy a purse.
Jason makes.
It was more than what you made. Sorry. It was.
So
my supporters were very generous that night.
Master Rebel.
They were very generous, and I'm very appreciative of it. And I'll be getting a purse.
Hi, OG. What is this? From Iceland, my brother. Wish I could give you
I try,
more,
Keith. Thank you.
But this is all I can spare now.
I try.
Keep doing Odin's work, he says. Well, thank you so much for that.
Odin's
I
work.
deeply appreciate
Isn't
that.
that interesting
And,
language?
a big hello back from the once great state of Virginia, and we are planning on making it great again by getting rid of all these abstractionist conservative
I haven't gotten the purse yet
folks
because
who
I haven't found one
are
that I really
standing in
like
the
yet,
way.
and I want to
Everybody who's
like love it.
It's not if you're
I want to love it.
conservative,
Like I don't actually
it's
buy that
not
many
your
purses. I want to
fault.
love it, but
You're
I'm gonna
being
get a purse. I'm gonna
misled
show
by
you guys when I
gatekeepers.
get it.
PragerU and
I've been
what's
busy.
the other guy's? Charlie. What's his name? I really
Charlie
think
fucking
actually
Kirk. He
that
can go fuck
he
himself.
and Carlin are the same person. Have you ever seen them together?
No, and you never will because I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk. Sorry.
Have you ever
Sorry
seen
if
them
anyone likes
together?
Charlie Kirk. I'm not
I
a
mean,
fan.
seriously, I'm just gonna wait until. Does anybody know what's that guy's name again?
I would.
Irish Ice, financially gifting $5.
Someone should let
Thank you so
Prager. You
much.
know that they owe
Looks
me
like
money.
Mystic Knight said she was already bragged in the chat that she'll make another $1,000 verified channel and all. Well, we'll see what we end up doing here tonight. She has an audience much larger, so percentage wise, we're punching above our weight. And of course, she's being paid by PragerU
They're
or whoever
so
else.
upset about the
You know, I don't know.
Jews. Why did they have it in their
ask,
craw
CNN.
about the Jews? Do we want to
And
like?
ask? I
Can,
guess
can
she
we
talks to.
can we
those
pause it
reporters
on
regularly,
why
so
he
she
might
can
not
hook you
like
up.
Prager University?
Charlie
They
Kirk.
really don't like
Charlie
the
Kirk.
Jews.
That's the question.
They
Is
post
Charlie Kirk
overtly
and
anti-Semitic
Karlin
bullshit.
Borisenko the same person? Have we seen them together? We'll find out. Somebody knows the answer to this. Irish Ice
Got you.
writes, I was at
Nice
Winners
modding your
yesterday,
chat,
and a
Jason.
white female manager attempted to shut down my white positive speech.
Thank you,
I told
Paul.
her in front of everyone
Don't
that
give if you don't have the means.
inclusive
Honestly, guys, I
was an
mean that.
anti-white
Don't
code
do it if
word,
you don't have the
and that
means.
her
But if you want
comments
to,
were
you know,
anti-white.
it's up to you guys.
She started apologizing. How do you like that?
Yes,
How
Mr.
often do you
Green.
get that? When
Yes,
you are
Mr. Green, get
conservative,
in
when
touch with me. I'll
are
give you
an
free
American
months of my
first
locals.
person, when
Good
you are a
joke.
MAGA person,
Yes.
we love you if that's what you are. How often do you shut down the anti-whites? What you would, misname a Marxist or a woke person because you're brain dead, or
I don't want to
somebody
work for
who's
everyone. I want to work for
politically correct
myself.
because you're just incorrect, or whatever it is, however you view it, and you're just wrong there. But how often do you shut them down and shut them up and win the day, the moral person? Happens
Heidi,
here all
free
the time.
locals.
Happens
Get in
here all the
touch.
time. You should at least try it on for size. You should at least get behind the wheel. Breathe in the smell of the leather. Feel the
Many
hundreds and
neo-Nazis
hundreds of
in Northeast
horsepower rumbling
Indoor
under the hood.
Yes, they
No
are.
electric cars here. And then see what it's like to be
It's
the
not a
moral
strong
champion
dislike.
in our story.
It's just I
rather
have issues
than
with turning
the
points, lack of
inferior
action.
leper in the anti-white narrative. Try that on for size. Instead of just getting together in your little cliques and complaining about how the anti-whites always mop the floor with your asses, try winning for it. Try victory for a change. Let's see. Lala Song financially gifting $10. And yeah,
There's just
you
no
can
effort
let
put into
folks,
this.
If you hear her say something and you want to share it with me over here, let me know. I'll speak to it. Dean Wood.
You guys should
says,
hang
"Good
on,
evening,
hang on,
Jason."
hang on,
I
hang
mean,
on.
good evening.
If you feel like it, you should go plant crazy things that I've said in the chat just to get him to respond. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I believe in you guys. You can get creative. Go tell him I said crazy shit in the chat just to see what he says.
Our weight class here, or should we say sumo wrestling? It seems like a bit more of a sumo contest as we confront the stunningly beautiful Karlin Borisenko. Fit and Healthy at Any Age says, "We love you, no white guilt." Well, much love in return. And we had look at these. These are the wonderful conservatives, potentially some of the conservatives from Karlin's community saying, "You're disgusting." Disgusting, because we're winning for Western civilization and everybody who calls Western civilization home. Of every single race, of every single religion. What do you think about that?
He's so salty, isn't he? I struck a nerve with the small dick joke contest.
Fit and Healthy at Any Age says,
I bet he wears women's underwear. Oh, Ideas Boutique, get in touch with me. I'll give you some free months in my locals.
God, the entropy question widget. It's full of anti-whiteism. Yes, it is.
He's a little mad.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's see.
because he's not conservative.
I
He's
have an
not a
idea
Republican. He's
who
not on the
you are.
right. It's
I'm
something
genuinely,
else.
Upset that Carlin would harass and belittle you. Lala Song writes, I have no idea who you are. I'm genuinely upset that Carlin would harass and belittle you. I literally got shadow banned for asking questions, not even
Nope, not true.
justifying anything.
Not true. LK, I can't come up with any jokes about his dick, but then again, it's hard to imagine things.
Conservatives. This is conservatives. First
Yes.
America types, MAGA people,
Good one,
patriotic
LK.
people, nationalist people. You are under the spell of gatekeepers, and they are preventing you from reaching.
You guys are under
what
my
works.
spell.
We have just take a look at the videos we have and all the success.
You're
we
under
have.
my
I
spell.
mean, she even talks about it in some of these tweets that we're going to be talking up that she herself made. Tweets that she made. Do you want to win? Do you want to have victory for Western civilization? Then you've got to get started here. Lala Song says, hello, I'm not white. So here we have Lala Song saying over here in the live chat, what just happened to him or her.
Really?
No idea who I am, but genuinely upset that Carlin is harassing and belittling
All right, I'll
me.
go take care of that, Patrice. Thank you.
And
I don't
here
know
we
how
have
that happened.
$10 financial gift from Lala Song. $10. Giving money.
Thank you, Patrice.
To the good work that we're doing. And he or she says, I'm not white, I'm Native American and mixed. I don't understand why Carlin and her fans, like myself, have judged you so harshly.
I mean, you know,
don't
Emily,
seem like a bad person. I was shadow banned when I asked a basic question. And I'm assuming
no,
that
that's
she
not
and her
real.
moderators thought I was white. Oh my God. What a victory right at the beginning of the conversation. Right now, you know they're on the phone right now. Who runs PragerU? They're going to pick, they're dialing, speed dialing. Shut her down.
Nope.
I don't care if you got to pull the power on her house, is what they're saying.
No.
Whatever it takes, shut her down.
Sorry.
She's losing. She's
Nope.
losing. Get her out of the ring. Throw the towel in. Lala Song, already a huge victory. $10 financial gift. Hello.
Lala Song isn't a moderator.
I'm Native American and mixed. I don't understand why Carlin and her fans like myself have judged you so harshly. You don't seem like a bad person. I was shadow banned when I asked a basic question. I'm assuming that she and her moderators thought I was white. So that's what you get, folks. Let me, I got to turn the AC on. Because as you know, we are still in summer for a little bit longer in the once great state of Virginia, and it is heating up.
We are watching White
I don't
Identitarians doing White
I don't
Identitarian
think that
things.
Carlin.
I'll be explaining more once
honestly,
he's done, but I'm just
honestly
responding
saying
to him
this.
right
I don't
now.
think that Carlin
Mount
is,
that like button,
she's
guys.
doing a terrible job. I mean, she's doing a
Mount
doing a
that
good
like
job.
button.
She's getting you all some facts.
He's
you know,
so
kind of
salty.
like a used
He's
car dealer.
so
Trying
salty.
to sell you a car with a body in the trunk. I mean, that's what she's getting facts to you, and that's good. So you wanna
No,
at
he
least
is not a
applaud that.
Christian. No, he is not. He's not a Christian. He is not a conservative. He's not a Republican. This is something else. This is
Getting a
not on
few
the left-right
facts to
paradigm.
you.
It's something
I
else
don't wanna
entirely.
speak too harshly of
Laney,
her.
Thor's going to strike
I
him
don't know. Have
down
you
with
watched
lightning
her
ball for
before?
lying. Let's
Have you
hope.
seen her?
Let's hope.
Have you seen her do her videos?
Guys, I'll explain everything
she's
after
gatekeeping the
because,
hell
like,
out of
right
me,
now we're
banning
live. This
every
is a
single
live stream that
person,
he's doing right now,
in her
so
chat
we're
that's
doing the
like,
best we
wait a
can.
second, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you attacking somebody that welcomes people of all races and all religions to participate in an effort that is succeeding, that has actually changed, by Carlin's own admission, changed the societal conversation? That's success. That is success. And how have we done that? With intelligence and willpower.
What did he just say?
We're going to
Success
put
is
an
changing
end
the
to
societal
that which
conversation. That's exactly what
divides
they're trying to do.
all
They're
of,
using
the
language.
races
Language is their
by
weapon.
pitting them all
He just said it.
Western kind. We're going to
That
put
means
an
white.
end to that. And non-white people will be able
That
to
means
stand
white.
side by side with us to say enough is enough. We want our law and order. We want our right to self-defense. We want our First Amendment. So we're going to
Good
put an
one,
end to these
Hellwig.
attacks
Get in
on
touch with me. Send me a
Western
DM or an email, and I'll get
civilization
you
and
some free
Western
months of my
kind. But
locals.
have you watched her before? How many of you out there by a hand of severed limbs from asking questions on her
That was a
chat.
good one. That was really good.
Just
Thank you for the
raise
super
your
chat as
nub
well.
up in the air. And how many of you have actually watched Karlin Borisenko? Have you seen her teeth? I mean, there are people out there with better teeth.
Oh, my
than
teeth
she
suck.
has.
Yeah, my
I mean,
teeth
they're
suck.
not,
Yeah.
they're not as bad as they used to be. I mean, she used to be able to eat an apple through a fence, but I mean, the teeth are rough. They're rough. It's like her tongue is in prison behind her teeth. I'm just noting
My teeth
something.
are not that bad. My teeth do
I love
suck.
Karlin. I'm not speaking bad,
But
of
they're
her.
not that bad. Come on.
I'm just accurately
Wow.
describing her. Let's move on to the next tweet.
It's like that's
She
the worst
writes,
they have. That they
"I
call me
never
stupid
call
and fat, and now he's
CRT
attacking my
anti-white,
teeth.
and this is why." And
My
she's
teeth
got
aren't
a
that
little
exciting. Come on.
hand pointing down to another one of her tweets, and it says here, "In June, I caught
Let's see if he plays
Jason
this
here in the act."
Let's see if he actually plays it.
Act, folks.
Let's see if he plays
how-
it. Because if he doesn't play, I'm gonna play all of these things for you guys. Let's see if he plays it.
Caught me in the act.
Let's see if he plays what he
A
said.
Peeping Tom added to
No,
her
no,
resume.
no.
I caught him. Thank God. I caught him in the act of admitting that they.
I love
and
when
then
they think they've got something over on me by
parenthetically,
tagging me.
in scare quotes, like anti-whites of all varieties use, but parenthetically, the white positive well-being movement
Anti-teethism.
he leads. Okay, first of all, I'm not the leader of it. I'm another guy in the line of a whole host of champions.
How many videos of mine has he watched if he's like thought that much about my teeth?
Spotlights on that person.
My God.
We have many champions doing wonderful things.
Yeah, not white enough for him.
Just to correct you on that as well. But thank you for pointing out that it is the white positive, white well-being.
His boyfriend thinks he's great.
If anything, an activist. I'm an activist for white well-being. These people here, they practice Go Free. That is all about getting our people and getting everyone out of the anti-white narrative. And then she goes on to say, are pushing the
probably not.
Or
but we'll get a few things out of him.
CRT anti-whites to try to normalize the language. Well, at least you've got that right. I mean, that's the true. We are normalizing and have successfully normalized anti-white and anti-whiteism, white well-being, Western kind, white erasure. Hey, folks out there that are Karlin's fans.
See?
Do you know what's going on in America and across Western civilization? It's called white erasure. Everything that white people have
now he's going
done
to teach you his
is being
vocabulary.
erased.
He uses a
Being
very
erased
specific
from the
vocabulary
history
that he's
books,
trying to get
being
normalized
erased
into
from
the
street signs.
zeitgeist.
It's being erased when they pull down our statues of our heroes. It doesn't matter what those people did, whether it was for society in general or specifically even for non-white people.
That wasn't too bad,
was
was
it? A white
it?
person depicted on the statue.
Baiting is
they're
never a
pulling it
bad
down
idea. I win again.
because it's a depiction of a white person. You need to wake up, folks. You need to acknowledge the target of the victimization. For God's sakes, in all seriousness, comedy aside, if you are going to allow the anti-white concept, the word racist, if you are going to allow that to prevent you from stepping in front of the harm that anti-whites want to inflict on white children, then you are a coward and we don't want you. Everyone else that says no word is going to stop me from protecting white children.
No, now he's
then
telling you
those
what he
are the
really
ones
thinks.
We are looking
now
for.
he's telling you what he
Look
really
lively,
thinks.
folks. We want heroes. The time is short. So she goes on here, Karlin says, people said I was crazy. How often do they say that, Karlin? How often do people say, you know, Karlin's like one of those people. Have you ever had one of those friends where they're like always telling you that they're not crazy?
Okay, I won't call him salty. I'm sorry.
And
I repent.
Like the 50th
I'm sorry.
time, you're like, actually,
Could
you
probably
know,
play
I
bingo
think
off
you
this
are
guy.
Crazy. I think you are a little crazy. Karlin is one
It's
of
all
those
right.
people.
At least I'm not a
She's one of those
Nazi.
folks who's always saying, I'm not crazy. I am not. I am not. I'm not. Stop saying that. So she's telling you all the time that she's not crazy. I mean, me thinks the lady doth protest too much. I know I flipped.
Does
the
he have
lines
anything
on the
substantial? No, he
Shakespeare
has
there, but I
nothing.
can do that because
He has
I can
nothing.
quote him so readily.
He has
Here's a clip
nothing.
of him, meaning me, not Shakespeare. I don't think Carlin probably reads much of Shakespeare, celebrating his success with it on Twitter. So what I really want to know is, when Carlin made this clip, how low did she dim the lights?
How low did I dim the
Pour herself
lights?
a glass of vino. The
Yeah, I
vinophile,
said that. I literally said
enophile
that.
She is. She pours herself a glass of vino and speaks sweet nothings into my ear.
Oh, he
by
fucking
way
wishes.
of the side of her telephone. Is that what she did?
He fucking wishes.
So yes, we are the ones responsible for that. We take full credit. And folks, remember, you have been in the conservative
This is
movement,
the dumbest
however,
live
Republican
stream
movement,
that has
MAGA
ever
movement,
been
Make
done.
America Great, whatever it is. Patriot movement, for how long? How many victories do you have? Don't you just have nothing but an endless string of losses?
Now he's going to try to
Don't
sell
you
you
just have
guys.
the same thing. You show up
Don't
every
be
day, and it's just like,
fooled.
here are all the ways we've lost again. Here are all the things that have been erased again.
Now he's trying to
Here's
sell
another
you
litany
on his
of ways the
movement.
anti-whites who call themselves Democrats or Marxists or whatever, or Republicans, here's another way that they've ruined everything that is America or Canada or UK or
They're
Australia
not
or New
conservatives.
Zealand
They're
or
not
Germany or
MAGA.
Italy
They're
or
not
whatever it is.
Republicans. They're
Don't you
something
just show
else.
up and hear the same, hear all the ways that we're losing? Doesn't that get tiring? How about come someplace? How about engage in something that's going to change
he's not
you,
going to play the
that's gonna
clips,
make
but
you a
I
better
will play the
person,
clips for you
because
guys
you
when
need
he's
to
done.
treat
I will play the
all of
clips,
this-
and we're
these
going to put all the
crazy
clips in the
ideas in your
article, and you're
head.
going to see. But I'm going to
Unleash
play the
your
clips when we're done.
potential.
So stick around.
Get around.
I will
the
show you what
gatekeepers.
he's not showing you.
Okay.
There's
so
a
what do we
reason
have
he's not
here?
playing the clips. It's not because he can't. It's because he doesn't want to.
She starts off with, so am I still crazy?
That's not creepy at all.
Oh my God.
That's not
Oh my
creepy.
God. No.
It's definitely not creepy.
Honey, no, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. Please. You're not. Not when compared to Norman Bates. You're not crazy, please.
Pot
Please.
kettle.
Uncle Fester, do you need some fluffing? So am I still crazy?
Wow.
You keep gonna tell me I'm not because the voices in my head say that I am.
Oh my God.
I
JLS,
need
if you're
some
not in my
fluffing.
locals, DM me on Twitter, send me an email. I will give you some
And then
free months
she-
of my locals.
and-
That's
and she
fucking
dribbles
hilarious.
on, am I returning to my leftist ways? Your leftist ways. This is just anti-white ideas
Yes.
here, folks. That's another thing
It
that's
sounds
gonna
like
help
if Vosh
clear
had a
your
brother of
head
craziness in
when
Mein
you
Kampf
get out
over
from
liberal
behind
commie.
these
Yeah.
conservative and Republican and MAGA gatekeepers, is that you find out that all of these different folks are just
West
anti-whites
men, Western
who call
kind means
themselves
white
different
in their
names. You can have an
vocabulary.
anti-white who calls
They means
themselves
white.
a Democrat or a Marxist. You can have an anti-white who calls himself a conservative. If it's very easy to figure out
Very
what they're
dangerous.
doing. If their arguments,
And he's
if their
infiltrating the
positions
anti-CRT
lead
movement, and I'm
to
going to show you guys
outcomes that
exactly how.
victimize Western kind and what we create, which is Western civilization, that we have brought a great many other people into. If it causes that victimization, that means that they're anti-white. That means they're anti-white. We are a movement of love, hope, and redemption that invites everyone of all immutable characteristics to participate. And once again, I will say, this is just a roast. I don't mean anything negative that I'm saying about Carlin.
We
She is
do
a
not
lovely
use this
person,
language on
and
this
we are
channel. This is your last warning. We do
simpatico.
not use
So
this language
this is
on this
just a roast.
channel,
It's just
and we're going to
comedy,
make it very
folks.
clear about
You've
why.
watched Comedy Central. She goes on here. Or did I see something other people didn't pick up on? Oh my God. You're seeing things, Carlin. You're seeing
You've already
things that other
admitted what I
people aren't
said.
seeing.
You've already
Talk about an
admitted it.
admission and a
You
cry for
literally
help
admitted
for
it
the
less than 10 minutes
psychiatric
ago.
community.
You literally said it less than 10
Am
minutes
I
ago,
crazy?
Jason. Try
And
to
am I
keep
seeing
up.
things that you're not? Somebody help me. This is why I won't say anti-white. She puts in scare quotes. Here's hoping people stop, all caps, using this language for likes and clicks. You're doing what they want you to do. Really, what we want you to do.
You can see them moderating messages. You can see it. They're moderating messages in their channel.
In the practice of going free and
Talking about
changing
me
the world
blocking
with it
people.
without
They're doing the same
without any
thing.
money, without any money to make it happen? Are we the ones that are forcing you to do these things, or indeed, or do you not have a litany of powerful, wealthy, conservative, Republican leaders, MAGA leaders, and the like?
Helena
who are the
J, get in
ones
touch
who
with me,
are
please. I'll give you
leading
some free
and
months of my
telling you
locals.
how to talk and telling you how you cannot talk. We're just saying you can come here and practice Go Free, and then you can leave. You can let the door hit you on the ass. I couldn't care less. But when you come here, you engage in the practice of going free in your community. You'll change the ideas. You'll change the thoughts. You'll have victories with your friends, family members, your strangers, people you
He's
could
saying
never
it.
reach before. You can't talk about your conservative stuff with your family members who are not conservative, because they will get up on their moral high horse and tell you how immoral you are for doing so. Well, indeed, when you go free, you are the one on the moral high horse, and they're the ones who end up shutting up. So, do you want to win? Yonash is here, says ahoy, watching he's watching from Eastern Europe, or do you call it Central Europe, brother? I remember you got a little perturbed by that. Slots,
He moves away from the
is
microphone
with us.
sometimes.
Great to see you, brother. And it looks like we have a financial gift from Ace. Thank you so
There
much,
he is
Ace.
again.
$15. Thank you, sweet sister. $15
Guys, how's the
financial
sound?
gift.
Because it sounds
And
fine on
she
my end,
writes,
but let me know.
thanks for all you do. Much appreciated. Well, God bless you, and thank you so very much. You know, a big difference between the ladies in the white positive sphere and the lady at the top of the
Michael, get in
Carlin
touch with me if you want some free months of my locals.
gatekeeping project is that they are concerned about the well-being of Western civilization, everyone who lives there, and Carlin is concerned with my penis. So that's the big difference.
I've given away
between
like
the ladies in the white positive sphere.
free months of my locals to like
here.
6
Let's go
people.
on to the next. Let's go on
just
to
for
her
making
next.
the
This
best
is,
small dick jokes. I'm just asking for the best small dick jokes you guys have ever told. I mean, I feel like I'm asking too much.
Far. She writes here, here's a clip of Jason.
I tweet several dozen times a day.
Or influencing. Look at that.
He's not playing it.
Do you all influence the candidates, or do they not tell you we're going to use these tools that always lose?
I fucking got
Does
it,
that
man.
not sound familiar? How many times, if you're a conservative,
you know I've got him
because
he's not playing it. I'm from Texas. This is not conservatism.
On Fox News.
It is not
on talk radio.
It is not.
And they say, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. You just give them some more money and give them your votes so they can stay there at the public trough, and they're just going to continue using tools that lose. Okay.
This is amazing.
You know, it's like you're going to have a competition of like roofing or something, and the Democrats are going to use the nail guns, and the Republicans are going to try to nail the nails into the roof with their faces. I mean, it's just they use the tools that always lose. That's what conservative leadership does. They are gatekeeping you. You're in a pen, conservative people, proud Americans. You're in a pen.
He's trying to get you to leave
you need to get out
what
of the
you believe to join
and
his.
You need to go free
to join his movement.
Here's a clip of Jason, by her own words.
Watch Kieran in the chat. He'll
talking
explain
about influencing GOP Senate candidate B.G. Masters, to use his language. He also brags about inventing the term anti-white and how Blake can use this language because it's more acceptable than National Socialism. She actually writes that here. Talk about malice aforethought.
Come on.
Malice aforethought. Carlin, I wonder, is your ass jealous of all the shit that comes out of your mouth?
Come on.
I really want to know. Is
not
it jealous
denying it.
of all the shit coming out of your mouth?
He's not
because
denying
that is
it.
malice aforethought.
He's not denying it.
Nothing. From top to bottom.
He's not denying
I
it.
have been active in the white sympathetic sphere for almost 3 decades. And nowhere are you going to find any statement, any book, any speech, because I've never been this way. I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of video and I know that she's watched them. I know that Carlin's watched them. She's been busy playing that banjo late at night. So I know, I know she's watched them. There is no gnat. We make fun of antique gnats antique nationalists, we absolutely, we say that we're going to recapture our destiny, and it's not going to be voting or violence, my friends. Not going to be voting or violence. Not the way that it looks now. You change the landscape with the language that is easily understandable, easily identifiable, easily employed, is a curative contagion. And then the conversation about all the laws, all the rules, all the codes has to move through that ether. It has to move through that environment. You change that language that's used there because you refuse to speak the language the anti-whites give you, the language that anti-whites who call themselves conservatives like Carlin gives you, and you will start winning like we win. You will start having victories like we have victory. You will start feeling like a moral champion, like we are moral champions. You will begin being the hero in our story rather than a crippled in the anti-white narrative.
He
Open
just
your
told you
eyes.
exactly what he's doing. He just said it.
You're damn right.
They're
People are
influencing
picking up
language and culture.
The ideology, the practice rather that we have created here in Going Free. You're damn right, because it works, because it's true, because it's true. We are projecting. What she's doing here is she wants to give you the illusion that, and the idea that this is all about some sort of an optics thing.
Of course they know.
And that some other idea.
They want him here.
Any idea, according to Carlin, any effort that protects white people is evil, according to Carlin. Think about that if you are her follower. Think about it. Any effort to protect white people, according to Carlin, is ipso facto evil. What is the inverse of evil?
You guys see why I was freaked out about this now?
So you can do this at the same time.
You get it now?
If it's evil to protect white people, even our most vulnerable members, but all of us deserve to be protected, just like everybody of every race deserves to be protected from harm. If you have evil and it's evil to protect white people, the opposite of evil is good. The opposite of protecting white people is inflicting harm on white people. You see how we do that? You see how you end up always losing and always getting harmed if you're a white person, or if you care about white people, you married a white person, have a white parent, dating a white person, whatever it might be. Why is it white people are always getting victimized? Because they are infected with these abstractionist ideas and approaches.
He's a cult leader.
Result in their victimization. Don't like that, do you, Prager? Don't like me talking to the people and them hearing that. You're writing checks to folks right now. Quick, shut that guy down. You're on the phone. Quick, trying to call up YouTube. Shut him down. We can't let it's out of the bottle, brother. The genie is out of the bottle.
Indeed, I am.
Champions are out there, better than me, smarter than me, better looking than me, better shaped than me, better at speaking than me, better educated than me, and they're spreading it. It's happening. The past always fights against the future, folks. That's what this is. That's what you're feeling, Carlin. The winds of change.
It's got to bring a little pressure down. Bait him a little bit.
And this whole thing about inventing anti-white, really quickly, I'll just say, all the way back in 1994, I want to clarify, I thought I invented anti-white, and I thought I invented anti-whiteism because they weren't in the dictionary at my house.
Tell us.
I still have that dictionary. They weren't in the dictionaries at the public library, city library. Come to find out, just 2 years ago, by way of a great participant, Final Blossom, he found a 50-year-old dictionary in which anti-white and anti-whiteism were recorded. And now we have found both of these terms in several other dictionaries, fewer and fewer every year. Why are those words taken out of your mouth? If you're a patriot, if you're a conservative, if you're an America First type, why are those words taken out of your mouth? Because you cannot think in your own defense if you don't have the words for your own defense. That's why they've been removed.
They're preying on vulnerable people when they're confused.
I can't believe this.
That's what they're doing, and they're doing it in the anti-CRT groups on Facebook.
What you all are saying. We're getting close to the end. Ask your questions, make your comments, and any financial gifts.
Close to the end, and then I'm going to play the clips, guys. I've got the clips already called up.
Here, this is a testimonial from one of Jason's minions. Okay, so you see how she's trying to diminish the champions. The champions. Did you just hear how I was talking about the people in service to white well-being? And then you hear how she refers to the people who are in service to white well-being, the people who are doing good things for Western, protecting Western kind, Western civilization, and therefore all of those structures that everyone depends on. She refers to them as minions. How nice of her. Talking about how she went into communities specifically to influence their language use. Okay, so here what she's doing is she's talking about Yiz the eunuch, a great champion in our community who's going around, and she's speaking in different communities, making a change in the world for white well-being, and we love her dearly, force of nature. And Carlin goes on here and writes, not for nothing, but the communities that she's doing this in are the same ones that many of you are in. So be afraid. They will be very afraid.
No, don't be afraid. These people are not people to be afraid of.
Want to put an
They're
end
weak
to the victimization of
people.
white people, and that is something you need to be afraid of. That's something you have to.
But just be aware.
You have to put down.
Be aware of what you're seeing. Be aware of what people are saying
here.
And we're going to lay it out more specifically next week.
When as I look at these tweets, I've seen stuff like this before, and I've always flushed it. Gagged a little, but always flushed it. Let's see what else we have here. It's just a roast, folks. Being friendly, of course. This is.
I hope so, but
Jason
it's scary. You're going to see
how his work is changing language.
But the more we see this, the better we're going to be able to
an ideological identifier
push it off.
More effective than quote rallies with
men
shouting racial epithets. Okay, so once again, this is exactly what I was just talking. Absolutely, seen things like this before and flushed them. This is malice of
we'll talk about Yiz the eunuch in a second when he's done.
That's what she's
We'll talk about that because that's actually fascinating.
Going to adjust the.
It's like a trans person.
Gatekeeping.
They accept trans people
by saying, "Oh well."
A reflex to CRT was warrant. Yep.
If you care about white
this is the backlash to critical race theory. This is the backlash to critical race theory. This is what this is.
If you care about, you speak up for the actual targets of the victimization.
This is a backlash to critical race theory. That's what this is.
Of men shouting racial epithets at rallies.
There's a reason he's not playing the clips. There's a reason he's not playing them.
That is what she is saying. Let me ask you this.
Yes, very white, very white. But they do accept trans people,
Carlin,
which is funny.
You go away?
No.
If it's a really tasty looking stick and I throw it, will you
just
go
call
away?
me a dog.
I'm just wondering. This is actually
not going away. You wish.
The screenshot
Jason.
that we shared from Yiz the eunuch. She's on YouTube. All of you out there who
a lot of the people watching are like my fans, to be honest.
Go ahead and look her up on YouTube.
A lot of the people watching are my
fans.
Maybe in
my live chat, the moderators will be able to share her URL. So that those who are Carlin supporters can go find out who Yiz the eunuch is.
Look in his chat. No white get here long before CRT.
This Institute, where all these people are starting to say anti-white because guess what? It's true. It's white people who are the ones who are the targets.
Mises kicked this person out immediately, by the way. I told them what was going on. They kicked the person out immediately. There was no questions asked. They kicked the person out immediately. As soon as I told them what was going on.
People being harmed by stopping the primary.
I don't know what this.
From being harmed. And that's
if Kieran wants to come on, he can.
So if you're one of those white people,
here if Kieran wants to come on, he can.
Yet speak up for your own.
I don't know if he wants to though. He might not want to.
Say enough is enough for the victimization of white children. Yeah, continue teaching white babies how awful it is to be white. Sure, but if non-white babies suffer from CRT, well then that's where you're going to put your foot down. Well then just understand that non-white babies are going to continue to be harmed because the primary target is going to continue to be harmed until we put an end to anti-whiteism. Anti-whiteism, it's the superset that encapsulates all of those other names.
We'll see.
Marxist, communist, etc.
Kieran and I are going to do a stream about this, but we're going to do it separately. I don't know if he wants to come on tonight because it's late where he is. He's in the UK. It's late.
How many more of these we have? I think there might be
so he might not come on tonight, and that's okay. We are going to do a stream about
14,
this.
So we're almost done. We've done 10, I think. Yes, it looks like there are 14. And I'm going to take a look at what you all are saying.
Yeah, he's very manipulative. He's a salesperson. He's an ex-salesperson. He knows exactly what he's doing. But guys, stick around because I'm going to show you everything he's not showing you when he's done. I just don't know when that's going to be.
the widget.
I didn't know this was going to be 2 hours. I thought it was going to be quick.
People
But apparently
trying to
he's
start
obsessed with me.
Infighting over here on Entropy.
Yeah, dude.
It's not going to
Sin?
work here. You could try all you want. I love it. Go ahead. This is like, waves.
Thank you guys for. Oh my God.
The shore.
Collectivized these nuts, Jason.
Go ahead, all you want, and all of it will be.
Thank you, Gabriel.
All of
Thank
it will
you.
just be knocked down.
Get in touch with me if you'd like some free months in
All
my
right, let me
locals.
turn
I'm happy to
around.
do that.
We
Thank you for
will
the super chat.
Refresh this. I'll have a walkthrough here. We'll see if anybody, by the way, is over there on D Live.
Not this guy. This guy is not the guy. Yeah. Kieran's in bed.
And if they are saying anything, we have
we
another
will do a
financial
stream.
gift
We are going to do a stream about it though.
Kaber. Thank you so much, Kaber. Financially gifting 25
next
US dollars. God bless you and thank you so very much.
Kieran is who I worked on all this stuff with. We have been partners in crime. We have been looking at this stuff for weeks.
And he writes here, no white guilt. Damn right. We have no white guilt. That's Kaber, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much. And we will walk through this live chat and see. I'm getting an alert. It's maybe on the phone. Maybe we have something to check out. Let's see. Dispatcher says Carlin's job is to steal the white sense of victimization and amplify it for all others. Well,
see, they see themselves as victims, just like the woke left. Just
the great Elaine
like
Sabatino
the woke
is here.
left.
Great to see you.
He is for collectivism over individuals. That's Marxist. He is not for. That's exactly right.
Carlin.
Yes, that's exactly correct.
Of crumbs. I want to ask.
You guys are seeing now. You see.
Take a look
you
at
see.
the community here who are practicing Go Free. Is this the community that Carlin has led you to believe that we are?
Yes.
Is this the community that she has depicted to you?
Yes.
And then, since it's not, you better not ask in her live chat because you'll cut your goddamn hands right off. as this wonderful non-white gentleman said, she will cut your hands right off. And thank you for speaking up. All right. So I'm gonna slide backwards in time and see what you all are saying over here on YouTube.
It's a cult.
Ask your questions, get your comments in. If you are a follower of
no
Carlin,
joke,
you have you want to make an argument.
So I've got the chat on the screen.
Channel. If you come over to this channel and you respectfully,
he's been banning people. He's been moderating people the whole time. We've had it on our screen.
To it. On Carlin's channel, since she's a gatekeeper, she cuts your arms off.
Patrice says, "Ha! I was pleasant in his chat, and they blocked me, hypocrite."
I will speak to your questions, your comments. Now, if you show up here like so many of you have been doing, and you're just cussing and you're referring to people with these anti-white slurs, if you're doing that, then you're just going to get banned. So go ahead and ask legitimate questions if you have them. Let's see. Loki says, "Good day, mate. Missed the last roast
maybe
when it went live,
but
no way.
We have to. I have to show you guys what's going on. Like I have to show you somehow."
Thank you so much, good brother. It's great to see you from down
I have
to
show you
from
somehow.
Australia. And
this is not something we can ignore anymore. This is going to be a problem. It's already starting to be more of a problem than you think.
Thank you to the fella from down under. Whatever that guy's name. Where am I? All right, I'll take a look at some of these. Oh, so it must be a Carlin supporter asked and was making other objectionable comments, asking if I was sitting on a cardboard box. Oh yeah, because I'm just, such a Lilliputian. I'm such a Lilliputian. Do you know what that is? Maybe you should look that up. Maybe you should look up what Lilliputian is.
I am so in his head.
In your mental exiguity,
no.
You're going to be.
He's picking on me because this is how they handle the anti-whites. It's literally this is written in his book. This is written in his book. This is not for viewers. This is part of their strategy is to go directly at people they consider to be anti-white. They've done the same thing to Chris Rufo.
Right. Let's keep rolling along here. What else have they said?
But this is not to get viewers for him. This is part of their strategy. He's demonstrating what he wants other people to do.
Ian is here. Great to see you, Ian TD. And a big thank you to the moderators for doing a great job they're doing. I see Ray here. Who else is here moderating? And there's the great Mrs. Jess Horst.
Oh,
That
Emily, you
was
don't have
Lala's
mod?
song
Okay, hang
earlier.
on.
Thank
I
you
got
very
you.
much
I
for
got
being
you.
here.
I'll find you. Hang on.
And someone saying Carlin isn't white. I don't know. Maybe she is. Maybe she isn't. Doesn't matter to me. All that matters to me is if she's anti-white. Oh, the great Fornola's here. Wonderful to see you, good brother. Yeah, nobody's getting by the great Fornol and Ray. Oh, there you have.
Guys,
the
if you're just joining, we'll
Woketionary.
talk about what all
That's
this
how
is
you-
when
I-
this
I
is
guess,
done.
are you
If you
banned, or was it
missed
just
the
a
first
comment
part when I
deleted?
explained, I will explain all this when we're done. Okay, so just sit tight.
Really,
It seems like he's wrapping up.
Commentary.
YouTube
from
wants him
some of these
there.
folks
I
coming
think he's
over.
demonetized.
These are
I don't think he's
anti-whites who call
monetized.
themselves conservatives or patriots or nationalists.
They want
Folks,
him here.
Good Americans out there. We have Westerners, Westmen, and in fact, I
That
think
means
we have
white.
a tweet from Carlin speaking to that, from all around the world participating in service to white well-being. That's how we reclaim our destiny. You don't do it with this like little regionalism, Bravo Sierra. I can say bullshit. We're just rolling in, so kids shouldn't be with their
Yeah,
parents listening to
That's
this. Unless
exactly
they're-
right. That's
unless they're,
exactly
of
like
course, adult
CRT.
children.
It might be. It might be. We haven't rolled that out, but it doesn't matter.
Carolyn, or Carol said,
doesn't
"The
matter.
people support Carlin
The end result is the same.
in her drive to destroy Western kind."
Anytime you see someone
right.
saying I'm anti-white,
Just taking a quick
this is
look
where it's
at
coming
some
from.
of you that had to
Anytime
get
you see
your-
someone
had to get
saying
some of your
CRT is
comments
anti-white,
deleted.
this is where it's coming from.
Ian says the fact that Carlin is having a meltdown over the term anti-white only proves how effective it is. Precisely. It works, and anti-whites hate it that it works. Sierra Talon says
They want a white ethno-state.
to Carlin that
They want
I was
everyone
here
to be
long before
separated.
CRT. Oh yeah.
They want segregation. They support
Oh yeah. I've been
segregation.
protecting white people, especially our most vulnerable members, long before CRT was around.
They're in the anti-CRT groups on Facebook trying to take advantage of
Loki
people
said,
while
"Throw
they're
a cupcake,
confused and
Jason."
vulnerable.
That would probably just start like a massive fist fight among some of her supporters.
Oh, now he's calling all you fat too.
All right. Birdie says, do you think Carlin could say the words, white people have a right to exist? No. Well,
White
not
people have a right to
seriously.
exist.
She can't. She'll say it as lip service.
White
and
people
then
have a
move
right to
back
exist.
into an abstractionist idea. I mean, we saw these videos.
Black
of
people have a right
Carlin
to exist.
Where
Asian people have a right to
where
exist.
they're clearly victimizing.
All
This is
people
what
have
we
a
talked
right to
about last time.
exist.
They're clearly victimizing white people. And then she says, but the non-white people. The non-white people. No, the white people, Carlin.
I know this guy
What
better than he
is
knows himself
wrong
at
with
this point. I can
defending the
predict
white
exactly what this
people?
guy's going to
Why
do.
do you have a problem,
It's
Carlin,
scary.
with us protecting white people? You can protect non-white people all day you want. There are white people right now, this very second. There are multi-million-dollar funded organizations funded by white people, staffed by white people, all around the world. They're on the phones. They're talking right now. They are actively in the field, helping, protecting, succoring non-white people.
Yes, he is.
Why do
yes,
you
he
want
is.
to stop white people from helping
Exactly
white people?
right.
What
Jared
in
George.
the
Yes.
goddamn hell is
He
wrong
is.
with? Why are you so anti-white? Why are you so anti-white that you want to prevent folks from protecting white people? Prevent folks from protecting white children.
I want him to
What
wrap
in the
up so
hell
I
is
can show you
wrong
guys
with
the
you?
good stuff, but I want to finish this too because
I mean,
just
that's a genuine question.
Jared Taylor. Oh, yeah, Jared Taylor as well.
And
But there's
here
another
she'll say,
Jared.
"Oh, I
There's
don't
another
have
Jared
anything
too.
against it, but it's just
But yes,
Nazism."
he comes out of that camp.
well,
He
you
comes out of
just-
that camp.
that
Yes, he
sort
comes
of
out of that
retort,
camp.
Dumb. That sort of retort is we just did the
Not,
morality thing.
it's not a
If
direct
it's
thing. Most of these
Nazism
people are
or
not involved
Klan
in that.
behavior
But
or national social, whatever you want to say, if it is that to protect white people, then the opposite is to victimize them. Get out of their noose.
ooh, Patty,
Conservatives out
Patty's
there,
getting some bones in the
nationalists,
chat.
Patriots, MAGA folks, get out of the noose that the leadership of the conservative movement has put around your neck because you are dying.
They're
and it is
complaining about Chris
almost
Rufo in
over.
the chat. They don't like
The
Chris
anti-whites,
Rufo.
and by the way, I'll say this too. I say this kind of thing for our people all the time. I'll say it for the new folks hearing me live or in replay. We have already lost. America isn't ours anymore. The UK, Italy, Spain, they're not ours anymore. This is about reclaiming our destiny, and that happens on many levels. It begins with the reclaiming of the destiny that's in your own thoughts. That is what we have to do. A conservative leadership, a MAGA leadership, a Republican leader is going to say, we're about to lose something. We're about to go over the cliff. And they keep you in that state for your whole life. So you stay with them, funding them, voting for them, using their verbiage that loses endlessly because it's a state of fear that they keep you in. They know that fear motivates a person more than anything else.
I'm
The
so
fear
grateful
of
we
loss
watched this. Like, he's
more
like
so than
telling us
anything
exactly
else.
what we need to see.
How many of you, when you're thinking about whether or not you should get into better shape, like if Carlin says to herself, you know, I should probably drop like 700 pounds.
700.
When you think to yourself, you know what, I should be in a little bit of better shape. You know, it would be better for my health. How motivating is that to you compared to your doctor saying, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, if you don't lower your cholesterol, you'll be dead in a year.
How much you want to bet this guy was fat growing up, and that's why he's obsessed with my weight?
That is where the conservatives and the Republicans keep you.
Probably that's probably why he never got girls, is because he was self-conscious about his weight.
Fear that you're about
even though that's
to
not
lose.
really like what
Don't
women
go
care
off
about.
the range. Don't try
Bet
to
he
get around the
was.
gatekeeper. Whatever
I
you
should
do, because
go
you're about to lose.
grab
We
a job.
can't stand to have one more person
Throw darts at
listen
this guy's
to
picture in
No
the
White
break
Guilt.
room.
We can't stand to have one more person give
Thank
a
you.
like or use to somebody saying anti-white or anti-whiteism or repost anti-white. We can't have one more person doing that because we are on the verge of losing it all. That is how they mentally control you.
Yeah, because they're moderating.
Like cattle. That's why
Moderating.
everything's been going down the toilet since our great-grandparents were fighting against anti-whiteism. That's why it's time to get off of this field, this pin where they have you trapped. Get around that gatekeeper.
He's doing anti-racist math. That's what's
All right.
happening. He's doing anti-racist math.
Jay Link says, with so-called conservatives like Carlin,
Not a conservative.
Gorshenko, it should be pretty obvious that we already lost. Yeah, precisely. The chat leapt on me, folks. So let me just scroll through here. And
yes,
I
exactly.
see,
exactly.
The fester fluffing blobfish was here earlier. Was it really her, though? We have so many imposters.
I'm going to chat in.
It's just no way to tell. Heidi is here. Great to see you, sister.
I said, oh, honey,
She
it's
says,
really
I'm
me.
here too. Hello, hello. The concept, writes Fit and Healthy at Any Age, of the biosphere explains reality between the races so well. No White Guilt. Thank you for teaching it to us. Something else you can learn, folks.
I feel like this is a ghost meeting. I don't know what that means, awesome
it's
human.
Fair. There's no superior. There's no inferior.
I'll
It makes
explain.
perfect sense.
I think he's almost done.
You can go free too.
I'll explain.
All right. Let me take a look at D Live.
I never
and
became
see
a
what
conservative.
the
Never.
champions and the gremlins are saying over there. Remember, you got to tag me if you want me to see, because otherwise,
Life is Art was
I just
hanging out in
won't
Adam's stream.
see your comments.
For the record,
All right, I
some
don't
of his
see
fans were in Adam's stream when I was on the
anybody
other
having
night.
tagged me over there.
A couple weeks
I
ago,
will
whenever.
swivel back this way. I will take a look and see as well. I will.
Oh,
load
they're
the
not going to
screen
delete
and then I will
mine.
tell
Oh,
you.
please, they're not going to delete my
I'll get back to
my
the
comment. They
tweets
love that
from
I'm there.
Carlin, and we'll have some more fun. and then I
See,
will
their
tell
mods
you
are welcoming me.
as it
Been there the whole
loads,
time.
Once it loads, what we have. All right, get out your raucous emojis, folks. Get out your raucous emojis, because remember how Fester's Fluffer was so elated about making more money than me, because that just makes you a better
Fester's
person. It makes you
fluffer.
better in all ways if you make more money
That's
off
what he
of
calls me.
the people who support you.
That's why he doesn't have a
Remember
girlfriend.
how gleeful she was? She rubbed her hands in a very characteristic, strange way.
He's calling me a
before.
Jew. He's calling me a
But
Jew
she
right
kind of
now.
rubbed her hands greedily together.
He's calling me a
And
Jew.
She was so happy about that. I want you all to get your hands together in applause for the one and only No White Guilt Clips, who just financially gifted $100 US. $100 US.
I've already
from
made
No
more than
White
that
Guilt
tonight,
Clips.
honey, in
God
super
bless you,
chats.
brother.
Sorry.
Thank you so very much.
He called
You know,
me
I
a
bet
Jew when he said I was doing
percentage-wise,
this.
we end up
That's he's
bringing
being
in
anti-Semitic.
far more
In CRT land,
in
this would be
financial
internalized
gifts for the
racism and
great work that we are
racialized political
doing
identity,
in
different
service
twist.
to white
Yep,
well-being
it's exactly the same.
than she does in her retort,
Exactly the same, Sean.
rubbing her greedy little fingers together. They rub easily because of all the grease. It makes it a very slippery environment. All right, looks like we have La La Song came back again. Thank you so very much. Another $5 financial gift from La La Song.
You guys should have seen the comments when these guys attacked me in June. It was Jew. I've got them all blocked now, but like
for a bit. See you around.
That's
also,
like what it was.
Thanks to all the wonderful people in the chat: Mr. Peanut, Nancy Drew, Mr. Cat Fookers, Ian, Mr. Coconut, and yourself. Please be well. Well, God bless you, brother. Thank you so very much. That is a wonderful testimonial. And that we have wonderful testimonials here all the time in service to white well-being.
White
Thank you for that. We look
Identitarians.
forward
White
to seeing you again very soon. And we just
Identitarians.
had the great Johnny Reb.
If I have to be hated by any group.
Oh my God.
He just had an orgasm.
Ladies and gentlemen, whip out all of your, not like I asked Carlin to do when we were going to do the size comparison thing.
I'd win.
Whip out your raucous emojis. Whip out your raucous emojis, ladies and gentlemen, because Lady Blue has just financially gifted $2,000
Bullshit
to white well-being.
He's lying.
$2,000.
Bullshit.
God bless you, sister. Oh my gosh.
Bullshit. I don't believe that for one red second.
$2,000 to white well-being. That is magnificent. A big salute to you. Thank you so very much.
Is there a Lady Blue in the chat? Let's watch.
That is amazing. A $2,000 financial gift.
I don't see one. Don't see one. Does anyone see Lady Blue in the chat? I don't.
Wow. Said everything she's got to say with that $2,000. Said everything. All working class people.
Isn't it ironic that Lady Blue isn't taking a bow in the chat after giving up $2,000? Isn't it ironic that we don't see a Lady Blue in the chat at all because he's lying?
And thank you, everybody. Let me jump. I'm going to jump. I'll come back to Johnny Reb in just a moment. Let's get back to the actual reason for the roast. Karlin Borisenko.
Yeah, there's no Lady Blue in the chat.
Here we are.
Lady Blue balls, maybe.
Of some of her tweets on Wednesday, the attacks.
Yeah, there's no Lady Blue in the chat. If they was, then they would be tagging her.
Says Westman, he means white people. Yeah, that's actually right. Yeah, that's a.
He does, but there's no one in the chat by that name.
Yeah, MEN is the plural, MAN is the singular, and as an entire group, it's Western kind. I mean, white people. That's right. It takes nothing away from.
I did get the definition of vagues wrong. I did get the definition wrong here, and I've since adjusted it. Vagues are people that they don't know where they stand. Like they might use anti-white language, but they think that they might be like receptive. I got the definition of vagues wrong here, but I understand
every single one of them, and it's one of the reasons why. I mean, we just get a $2,000.
He's going to correct that because I did get that wrong.
So it's one of the reasons why we are so successful is that we acknowledge that there is a thing, what we referred to earlier as the biospirit instinct. You can understand it as instinct.
I don't believe that $2,000 gift was real for one red. So
We
they're all
build
trying to
Western
convince me in the chat. They're like,
civilization
you
everywhere we
know,
go.
there's another chat,
So
right? There may very
Westman,
well be.
He means white people.
I
But here's the
don't
point,
believe
though.
it for one red second.
Why would Karlin feel the need to put Westman in scare quotes? You know that she doesn't like me. Although I like her a lot.
Hmm.
I like her a whole lot. And that's why I feel like I can tell a few jokes about her because of how much I actually like her. I've given her a gift.
I really wish that he would just end this stream so I could show you guys, but like I can't.
A few jokes, you know, rib her a little bit. But she put Westman in scare quotes to invalidate white people. She says when he says Westman, he means white people. Like is there something wrong with that, Carlin? Is there something wrong?
Is he gonna stream about me all fucking night?
White people? Is there something wrong with identifying white people as victims? Now, she has no problem. Remember this. Everybody who's a fan of hers, she has no problem. I'll just turn this around. Carlin says this about me. When he says Westman, he means white people. And then here's what I have to say about Carlin. When she says Nazi, she means white people.
No, when I say Nazi, I mean you.
When Carlin says racist, she means white people.
Nope.
When Carlin says National Socialist, she means white people.
I mean you.
When Carlin says Klansman, she means white people.
Well, they typically are white, aren't they?
And to continue with her tweet, when he says vagues, he means anyone that he dubs anti-white. Wrong.
That was wrong.
She continues, which has nothing to do with skin color, but rather has to do with whether you are part of his movement or not.
Explain to us what vagues means,
true
Jason.
That it has nothing to do with skin color.
Explain to us.
But we use the word vague for what you probably use normie or NPC or
it's if they don't know that they're part of their movement.
The average person out there that's neither one way or another. We call them vague because they're vague to us. We don't know where they stand. And very often
we don't know where they stand. Exactly. That's exactly what I said.
Anti-white.
That's exactly what I said.
They couldn't care less about politics or society.
They don't know if they're on their team. They're people that they can approach to try to convert them and recruit them. That's what that means.
Down relative to increasing prices and inflation and on, the right to self-defense. Or are they actually the kind of person?
They're so defensive about me saying that the $2,000 donation is a lie. They're so defensive.
Something done to put an end to the erosion of those values and the destruction of Western civilization. So we call
Jess, you have such a good heart.
Vague, and everyone else, or I should say,
you're either pro-white, vague, or
and we allow
anti-white.
them by their words and behavior to decide.
I'm anti-white.
To tell us, to
according
project
to him,
to us, to signal to us what they are. We don't decide what somebody is ahead of time, not based on any of their characteristics, nothing. So if somebody acts and talks,
I'd like to see receipts for the $2,000 gift. I would like to see a receipt for the $2,000 gift. I want to see a receipt. Have him show his screen. Have him show a receipt.
That's what
I know you little fuckers are listening to me.
Screenshots.
Have him show receipts. I'm bringing receipts.
It's a book.
I'm bringing receipts. You are lying.
For a very long time, and it goes way back in time to pamphlets that I made when we started putting together. For those who don't know,
yeah, it kind of sucks to have this revelation, but
different terms. I use reason.
This is the only way.
What would work?
This is the only way to put a stop to what they're doing.
And I subjected it all to
Gabrielle.
The scientific method.
You.
The things that didn't work, we threw in 86 them. The things that worked, we kept.
Gabrielle, get in touch with me for some free locals. Thank you for the super chat. That's hilarious.
He's been pushing this agenda for over 2 decades. Yeah, it's actually been near 3, but it's true. I have been.
We know, Jason. We have your trademark application.
Can you believe speaking just like menacingly about caring about white people and white children? Like it's some sort of horror. He admits that he has cared about white children.
So they're asking for receipts in their chat.
Long.
You guys can see my receipts.
What are you all doing?
They're all coming in from super chat.
You having fun? How many folks are over there? I'll have to. I mean, for Carlin,
you haven't shown your receipts, and you won't show your receipts because you are lying.
I'll try explaining everything in the smallest words I possibly
things that
can,
didn't happen for 2000.
But when you write about the defense of white children as though it is something,
Sarah, thank you for exposing this guy. No idea about this group. Yeah, Sarah, we're going to be doing a lot more, so we're going to help you understand what this is over starting next week.
Children, right?
It's just a little
You
preview
should be able to
of
figure
what
that
I've
out.
been dealing with past.
She says he
several
has been
fucking
trying
months.
to get the term anti-white into the cultural zeitgeist since 1994, and I succeeded. Along with all of these champions, we did it, and we're pushing more. She says this didn't start with critical race theory. They are simply
He's
using
admitting I'm
critical
right.
race theory to advance their agenda. You're damn right. Our agenda of putting an end to anti-whiteism and the victimization of Western kind. We are going to use the things the anti-whites do and the things that you do, Carlin, and other anti-whites who call themselves conservatives. We will use it all to be victorious and recapture our destiny.
He
She
just
writes
said
here,
it.
in this stream, he was celebrating the publication.
He just
Look at
said
this.
it.
By your leader's own words, take me to your
He
leader.
just said it.
Her
Lady
own
Blue is his other
words.
account because he knows what he
Another
lacks.
one of our victories.
Marcus.
How many victories do you have as a conservative
you,
or a
Marcus.
Republican?
Not a conservative or a
MAGA
Republican.
person, or an America First? How many victories do you actually have? Or do you not spend your life cataloging all of the losses?
This
In
is
this
a sales
stream, he was
trick. This
celebrating
is
the
a sales
publication
trick.
of this
What he just did.
article in
Sales
the New
trick.
York Post
Sales
that featured
trick.
the term anti-white in the headline. Yes, I was. And I will do more and more of that. I think this might be the last. It is the last of her
JLS, you
tweets
get in
so
touch with me if
far.
you want some free
But
locals,
of
all
course,
right?
she is
I know I've
live
seen you trying
streaming,
in the
or
chat.
was live streaming us. I would imagine she's probably run to her bedroom and she's probably in fierce tears.
That's true.
Holding on
That's
to
true.
her
Wait till you see
giant
that.
Jason penis pillow.
It's not giant.
Cradling it, and
he wishes it was
and
giant.
soon she'll be up to playing the
He
banjo.
wishes. He wishes.
But before then, we're going to read
He
that
wishes.
she wrote. I'll tell you what, this is a huge. Yeah, it is.
No, honey.
I did not plan that.
Honey.
I definitely did not plan.
You are
This
not
is a
fooling anyone,
huge
Jason.
Victory. She's quoting me. She's quoting me. We're seeing anti-white used on a regular basis on Fox, CNN, MSNBC, politicians, YouTube personalities. It came out of the white positive sphere, out of the work I've been doing for nearly 3 decades. Yes. Yes, it absolutely has. Thank you so much, Carlin. That was wonderful. I'm going to take a quick look at what the rest of you are saying, and we're going to be rolling out.
You
of here
gotta
in
love
just a
the
minute.
hubris.
What was her name? Lady, the phone
You've
shut
got
down.
to love the
Was it Lady
hubris
Blue?
of admitting that everything I
My
was
God.
saying is absolutely correct.
That is absolutely magnificent.
Everything.
Let me spin around here and see what you all are
Guy
saying.
just had so much
and
that
we
he didn't
will
realize this was a
refresh.
really
We will take a look at. Oh, you
this
know
is
what?
an unforced error
Oh, I
right
should
here.
check. I didn't. Oh yeah, okay, it's fine. It's blank over there.
He just said in this stream that everything that I said is 100%
good.
correct.
And then we're gonna roll out. Let me see.
Yes.
Free Mind
Anti-white is
says
anyone who
Carlin is
doesn't
on
play the
left
victim.
Side of the
Yep.
bell curve.
Yep, that's
Ah,
right.
Really? You think so?
That's right.
I think she's I think she's cunning. I think she's cunning. I think she's, at least average intelligence. And she's cunning. And she probably has some
I think he's in his
smart people
40s.
behind her.
I think he's in
And
his
right
40s.
now they're telling her disengage. He's mopping the floor with you.
No, they're not.
Come back to fight another day.
Yeah, I'm
Donnie
gonna clip
Harmer
it,
is here.
Nick.
Great
Don't
to
worry.
see you,
I'm
brother.
gonna show you guys the clips that he didn't show
Kent,
you when this is done.
American Zarathustra. Pants, great to see you. And remember to tag me if you have a question or
Chris,
a
you get in touch
comment,
with me if
and
you
I
want
will
some
get
free
to
months
it.
in my locals.
Eric says CRT affects all races, not just whites. And you won't get a objection from me on that. However, white people are the target.
It is from the Nicki Minaj
and,
night.
Non-white people
It is. I wasn't even wearing makeup.
are collateral damage.
It is from Nicki Minaj night. I hope they stop soon. I'm not stopping until he stops. I'm sorry. You guys are going to have to hang out if you want to see those
We
clips.
got some really silly
I don't know what he's going to
questions
say.
I guess
And he
Carlin
might-
supporters, they're real supporters.
Yeah.
Very silly things. Like, I'm from the west side of the country or continent. Does that make me no? Heidi says, send her a book. I've already sent her a book and she downloaded it.
I actually didn't until
Pants
recently.
says she still wants Jason. I fear for our brother. I have a chastity belt on. Seriously. She
No
can't
one
get through
wants
it.
that, please.
All right. Elaine says, hail to no white guilt.
They greet each other by saying hail.
Artist Life says, no white guilt, never.
I wonder where that comes from. G.
Jill says, hello. Hello
You can
to
see it in the
Jill,
chat.
to a host
If
of
you
our
watch the
great
chat, you can
champions
see it.
here. Oh, I will send Lady Blue without question. She's getting all the books. She's getting all the books. Whatever she doesn't have, she'll get.
I strongly doubt he has a wife.
She's getting them all. All right. I don't see anything there, so we're blank there. That's good. And I don't see any questions here. Let me check here. See if anybody has left any comments. I like the hopping bird thing. I don't know
Thank
what
you,
that's about.
JLS, for becoming a new member on my channel. I appreciate it. Yes, they are.
All right. And now we'll swivel back around to here.
I feel the same way,
And we
Linda.
have
I'm
Johnny
ready to show you guys some
Reb, the
clips.
great Johnny Reb.
I'm ready to show you guys some clips that he won't
I
show
guess
you
we can-
because he is a
I guess
chicken
we can go ahead
shit
and,
coward.
pull
And
this
his
down.
fans can tell him I said
wanna
that in
make
the
sure we
chat.
give-
Show the clips,
let me
Jason.
just-
I'm going to show the
maybe
clips.
do some
Why
of-
are you such a
do some of
needle
this
dick
and some
chicken
of that,
shit
and,
coward
just
that
make sure
you
the mic
can't
is out of
even
the way.
show what you really said?
She'll
We're
send
going to
a thank
watch
you
it
later.
as soon as you're done.
Me with Oh Glory. And we will ask and we will answer Johnny Reb, $5 financial gift. Thank you, brother.
It
Anti-whites
is,
have no
isn't
fear
it,
of
Lady
the
Bell? It
abstractionists and
is. Get in touch with me if you want some free munch in my
conservatives.
locals.
Absolutely correct. Thank you for making that's a fantastic point, Johnny Reb. I want you to think about that. If you're consider yourself a conservative, you're hearing us for the first time. Anti-whites, now these are the anti-whites who call themselves Marxists, Democrats, etc. They have no fear of abstractions.
He
and the
categorizes
radical
people into different
individualism
groups of anti-whites.
conservatives. Whites were steadily more victimized during the 35 years Rush Limbaugh preached individualism and abstractions.
If you're a Rush Limbaugh person, he's not on your team. He's not. This is not.
Radical
This is not
individualism,
conservative.
folks, is suicide in a world of collectivism. I want you all to replay that 10,000 times, what I just said. If you're a conservative,
Say it again.
to yourself 10,000 times, and it will finally land.
Say it again,
oh my
Jason.
God. What I've been told intentionally
He just admitted he was a
undermined me
collectivist.
in everything that I care about. Johnny Reb goes on, Jason's approach is
He
the
just
way
said it
to
flat.
prevent whites
Fucking Kieran.
from being harmed.
How good was that
Precisely.
clip?
And thereby all races, and thereby the environment, etc. God bless you, Johnny Reb. Casual cruising comes in.
Shit,
Another
I cannot
champion, $5
believe he
financial
did
gift.
that.
Righteous anger is a natural reaction to anti-whiteism. And I'd be completely lost in a whirlwind of it if it weren't for people like Jason. You keep me sane,
Thank
brother.
you.
And Aunt Nat in a skull mask never helped me reach long lost family members. Wow. Now that is a wonderful testimonial. And I really want to thank you for sharing that. Casual cruising. I want to read that again because, folks, if you are out there and you are an antique nationalist or you are one of these people playing the villain in the anti-white narrative, you're ugly. You want to.
Thanks, Awesome Human, for your support. We're going to be doing more on this next week.
You want to go out and march and be mean.
Yeah, it's not over yet,
scary,
Patrice. Not over yet.
The weakest members of other races or whatever it might be. You want to do something dumb like that? You can go wrong, then you can
Thank
go
you,
right
Hank, for becoming a
and
member.
go free with us. Because listen to what Casual Cruising just said. Righteous anger is a natural reaction to anti-whiteism. 100% agree. And I'd be completely lost in a whirlwind of it if it weren't for people like Jason. You keep me sane, brother. and Ant-Nat, antique nationalists, what we call them, in a skull mask, never helped me reach long lost family members. Casual Cruising has reached long lost family members.
They're talking about
and brought them
indoctrinating people
over to
because they're
going
going
free.
for language
Brought
and
them
culture.
over,
They're going for language and culture.
incrementally, piece by piece.
He didn't get
to a
$2,000
white,
either,
positive
thanks. So don't worry
position.
about it.
You
I
were never
appreciate
going
all
to
the
get
support.
there, with Ant-Nat Nitwittery, and you were never going to get there with conservative abstractionist nonsense, radical individualist nonsense. It doesn't win. You have a lifetime of losing. How old are you? Let me just seriously, I want to ask you all who are consider yourself conservative or patriotic or libertarian or whatever it might be. How old are you? Because for all those years,
snake oil salesman,
your approach has been failing.
Snake oil.
I really think about it.
Snake oil.
For all those years, maybe you're 18
Snake
and it hasn't been very long.
oil.
Maybe you're 85. It's been a long time. You can learn from those 85-year-olds. You're somewhere under that. You've been losing the whole time. How many times do you have to lose?
He
How many
does.
losses does it take before you finally say, I'm going to get
He is
out
like
of this
David
pen.
Miscavige. David
I
Miscavige,
realize
also a short
Carlin
person.
is, she's right at the gate.
Also a very
She's
short
not
person.
letting anybody get by. But I'm going to get out of the pen.
He's saying conservatives.
I'm going to go free.
They don't like
I'm
conservatives.
going to use something that works. I want to be the
He's not a
moral
conservative.
person in my
He's
story,
not on the political
in
right.
our people's story, rather than the villain
Snake
in
charmer.
their story, or the cripple,
Snake
or the
oil
effete,
salesman.
or the loser in their story. You always lose. Look at the leaders they put before you. It's an operation. They are always wimps.
I think that's about right.
They are always intended to lose.
He's tiny.
This is the boxer who takes a dive.
He's like shopping in the kids
racehorse
section.
that
He's
has
so
a
tiny.
jockey pull short on the race in the final stretch. And it's been happening your whole life. Go free of that nonsense. You got to come over here with us.
Nah.
I mean, when Carlin was born,
nah.
the doctor slapped her mother. You need to get away from that. You need to come do something that will make you whole, that will make you a victor, that will make you a champion.
He wants a white ethno state.
And you can do that.
That's what
by
he
going
wants.
free.
He wants a white
Thank
ethno
you so
state.
much for that casual cruising. I don't see anything of any value. in the
Going
question
clear,
widget over on
Scientology,
Entropy.
going free. Him.
It looks
You're
like
absolutely
quite
right. I
the
didn't even
mess.
think of that. I didn't
I'll
fucking
have
think of
another
that.
quick look over here to see, did anybody comment on
He copies
Odyssey? I
other
don't wanna miss
movements.
anything.
He's copying D'Angelo. He's copying Kendi. He's even copying fucking Scientology.
I don't see. How about on D Live over here?
Cult leader. And they're infiltrating the anti-CRT movement, and I have the evidence to prove it. They're doing it on Facebook.
No.
They're trying to get people when they're
We didn't miss anybody.
confused.
Let me turn around this
and
way.
just looking for
and,
information.
Looks good.
And I have the
over
evidence
here.
to
Thank
fucking
you
prove
all
it.
for the applause. Thank you all for showing up for the roll-in tonight. And cis white male with extra privilege says, no white guilt is grassroots. I see signs on the highway, handmade, that say no white guilt. Precisely. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for pointing that out. We are showing up everywhere.
He is very
There
smart.
is no
He is very
central funding.
savvy.
There
He
is
knows how to
no,
manipulate people.
Group of millionaires that are coming up with the prescriptions to endlessly lose.
He
in
might
their- in the
be. I
contests
don't
with
think he is,
anti-whites.
but he might be.
You have to
Like
stop
we
putting your faith in
haven't ruled that
politicians. You
out.
have
But the
to
thing of
stop
it is
putting
it
your
doesn't
faith
matter. It
in
doesn't matter either
conservative
way.
leaders
It doesn't. The end
like,
result is the same.
like Karlin Borisenko, and you need to get engaged.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing
yourself
yet.
to make a change. You are not doing anything.
They're
if you
getting
are
people when they're
simply
confused.
Arming yourself to be as au courant, to be
Well,
as
you're going to hear more
knowledgeable
about it. You
all the
probably actually
ways
if
that
you're
you
in the
have
anti-CRT
lost.
groups on
I've
Facebook,
seen
you
that
probably
on your
heard from these
conservative
people.
and patriotic
That's no joke.
channels. That's what
I
you
found
all
them in
think is
many
the
groups.
substance of doing something. You might sign a petition here or there, but look at the victories that we have. Look at this woman up in New York that we are on the verge of having her license pulled, and you'll discover the magic of how going free works, the lexicon, the verbiage, all the victories that we have.
Look at all them complaining.
Carlin,
Carly blocked
once
me.
again, this
Goddamn
was
fucking right.
Just a roast.
Goddamn right.
I love Carlin. Do not reach out to her. I was not intentionally insulting her. This was just comedy. I wasn't making fun of her. I wasn't insulting her. I was just describing her. So do not bother Carlin. Do not write her. Do not go into her chat. Do not get into her Twitter or anything like that. But please, if her followers, they have questions for you about all the good that we do here in service to white well-being, and what is going free and what is the lexicon, make sure you answer those questions.
Yeah, can someone please go in the chat and tell him to shut the hell up so that we can look at the clips, so that I can end the stream and we can look at the clips and I can explain what's going on for new people.
Watching the sub count. By the way, if you're also a conservative, just so you know, or somebody brand new to me,
he should be.
The anti-whites at YouTube cripple the sub count.
He should be
on this channel. They shadow ban it, they cripple it. So who knows what the exact number of subs are. When we had the last dust up with Carlin, the sub count went up by several hundred and hers dropped by several thousand. I imagine the same thing will happen again.
They try to go around. They harass my supporters to try to convince them to unsubscribe from my channel, which is like, if I'm exposing this, I have no problem losing subs. I have no problem losing subs to expose this asshole. Absolutely not.
Raymond says, do you think she read the
not in any way
Manifesto?
Oh, I read it.
Yeah, I think she's got it. I think she's got it, and I think she's probably cried in front of her mirror and
do I look like I'm crying?
On thickly and then kissed all over the book. That's probably what's happened.
Do I look like I'm crying?
That's probably not true, but it probably is true.
Nah.
All right, for the rest of you, I love you all. This has been a marvelous.
Looks like we're
free, a rolling
excellent.
Going free.
Looks
Let
like he's
everybody
wrapping
know that
up.
We're here. We're here constantly. We're making it happen in service for white well-being. I don't think we missed anything. No, we did.
Emily's in the
big
chat.
Thank you to everybody who financially gifted, especially
Emily,
Lady Blue.
Emily
God
L.
bless you. You'll get everything that every edition and as many copies as you like.
Wait. I'm staying live after him, guys. I'm staying live. Stick around. I'm going to show you everything he didn't, and I'm going to explain for the new people what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, I'm going to explain it. But
and we got another financial gift.
Emily L. Rockstar.
Nature's Dude, financially gifting $10. God bless you, Nature's Dude. Have you financially gifted before? I thank you very much. $10 and writes no white guilt. Well, I'm told that Carlin is still live streaming, and I guess she's talking about us. So you could give her a listen, and but don't harass her. Do not harass her. Do not.
I'll explain everything as soon as he goes off.
You know, she'll bite your arm off.
I'll get you guys caught up.
I love you all. Roll out.
All right. Okay. There we go. All right. So for people who joined after that started, what that is I have been working, I mean, kind of like on the side for like a little while, but like really intensely for the past couple weeks with the only real journalist that I actually know at this point. His name is Kieran White. And so do you guys remember back in June when I was attacked by that asshole and all of his little minions came and brigaded my channel for weeks and they were doing all this stuff. So at that time, I had kind of figured out that they were really bad people, that he is not aligned with the conservative movement or the Republicans or anything like that. He's not on the left or the right. They are a third thing. And what they're doing is they're trying to infiltrate the anti-CRT movement in order to basically like recruit people to their movement. But what they're doing is they're going into anti-CRT groups on Facebook, and I have all the evidence of this. We're going to be publishing it next week, and they're trying to target people when they're afraid and confused. That guy leads something called the white positivity or white well-being movement. They're white identitarians. They want a white ethno-state. They are not conservative. They are not Republicans. They're not any of those things. And if you hear the phrase CRT is anti-white, that's coming from them. This is why I've always been so against using the anti-white language. They are purposefully trying to advance their ideology and their agenda by influencing language and influencing culture. And starting next week, we are going to start releasing information about exactly what they're doing so that all of you know exactly what to look at, because I have found them in probably a dozen different groups on Facebook at this point. posting, and they post it so slickly. It's not that like they come in and they say, "Do you want to join a white well-being movement?" That's not what they do. They're taking advantage of people who are just learning about critical race theory, just getting involved, don't know what's going on, and they're sliding their like materials over to them, and they're saying, "Why don't you just look at this? Isn't CRT anti-white?" They're trying to get their language into the cultural zeitgeist, and they're being effective at it. And that's what they care about. They care about influencing culture. This is not something you're not going to see them marching like Charlottesville. This is not that group, okay? It's not the same thing. They are highly organized, they are highly focused, and they are highly motivated to influence culture. Now, here's the scary bit. If you take the woke left, they look exactly like them. On the other side, they're collectivists. He admitted on that stream that they're collectivists. He said it flat out. They do not believe in individualism. They do not believe in a colorblind society. That is not what they believe in. And so these people are more aligned with the woke left than they are with the anti-CRT movement. Now, I said this before the stream started. People can believe whatever crazy fucked up shit they want. I don't care. It's a free country. And in order to protect all of our freedoms, we have to protect the right of the most deplorable people imaginable. But where I start to get really pissed off is when they start going into anti-CRT groups to try to co-opt. I literally have them on video saying they are co-opting the anti-CRT movement to try to use it for their own purposes. He just admitted that on the stream. They are going to destroy the anti-CRT movement. And that's when we all need to start getting angry. Because that movement is already like, it's not as big as people think it is. It's not. And they very well could if people don't know what to look for. But what I want to show you guys are the actual clips that he wouldn't show you. Because when I started talking about this stuff in June, everyone thought I was crazy. And everyone thought I was saying that anyone who didn't agree with me that CRT is an anti-white is a white supremacist, which is never what I said. What I said was these people are using very specific language to try to co-opt the anti-CRT movement. People talked about me like I was having a nervous breakdown. They were gaslighting me. They were trying to make me seem as though I was crazy. But I wasn't. I was 100% right. Now, the problem is that in June, I hadn't put all the pieces together yet, and I didn't have clear evidence. I've got it now. And I want to show you guys what Jason wouldn't show you. I want to show you guys the clips because he just went through this whole Twitter thread and he talked about what I wrote in the tweets. What he didn't show you was the clips. And guys, please feel free. There are a whole bunch of, I can already see the trolls rolling into the chat. You can block people. You can put people in timeout. I've got a lot of moderators in there today. I want to show you what Jason refused to show you and walk you through this and give you a little sneak preview. Like I said, we're going to be publishing more next week. There's going to be many pieces on this because they're just, I cannot even express to you guys how much information there is to break down. Yes, this is Justice. This is exactly right. The people gaslighting you, some of them are part. Yes, that is exactly right. They're trying to gaslight me. They were also trying to gaslight my audience, by the way. They were. All right, let's go through the thread and actually play the clips. So what I started off with was explaining the term anti-white. This is why I will not use this term. I will not use this very specific term. The term anti-white is a purity test. It's an ideological marker. It does not mean prejudice against white people. If you are not pro-white identitarian or white well-being, white positivity, whatever the fuck, you are considered anti-white. The white identitarians are exactly like the critical race theorists. And then I've got the definitions that they're using here. Anti-white people, thoughts, deeds, laws, policies, rules, and organizational entities that are amenable to the well-being of Western kind. Whenever they say Western kind or Westmen, they mean white people. It's exactly like Robin DiAngelo. So I was retweeting that. And I said in June, I caught Jason here in the act of admitting that the white positivity, white well-being movement he leads, are pushing to call critical race theory anti-white to try to normalize the language. People said I was crazy. Okay, let's see. Let's actually play this clip. Here is a clip of him celebrating his success. Of course, guys, let me know if the sound doesn't work.
Alternative media that
We'll start at the beginning. Here's the first clip.
Every time you see the lexicon and dialectics being used by people, ordinary Westmen, men, women, and children of our race, everywhere you see that being used by them, the vagues out there, everywhere you see it being used in the regime's media, everywhere you see it being used in alternative media, whether it be alternative media that is somewhat friendly to those who care about white well-being, to somewhat white sympathetic, all the way to radically anti-white media online, alternative media online. Every time you see that, it is because of us. And I cannot tell you the surreal environment that I live in on a daily basis after pushing something for far more than 2 decades now. I'm not going to give away my real age, but for far more than 2 decades, I have been pushing anti-white, anti-whiteism, Western kind, white well-being. And we have continued to reach new levels of the usage around planet Earth. And all of you now who have been with us either for weeks or months or years or a decade, however long you've been with us, pushing the same thing because you had the foresight to see this is what will change the world we live in. Because if you can change the societal conversation, you change that milieu, you change that matrix in which everything has to take place. Every conversation by every water cooler, every conversation by every lathe, every conversation by every front loader, every conversation in every board meeting, every conversation in every hall of government then has to take place through that medium. And then also, what can come out of that? The culture of us as heroes, the culture of us in our own story, the culture of us using our lexicon and our dialectics to revivify our people, to create a people out of a deracinated race. That, my friends, is the success that we see on a daily basis. It is a living dream come true.
So did you hear how he said lexicon and dialectic? That means that's what they say when they say they're trying to influence the language. Lexicon and dialectic. That means they're trying to influence the language. Let's keep going. This is just more definitional stuff. He's been pushing this agenda. We've already seen this. All right. So in this stream that I pulled these clips from, they were specifically celebrating an article in the New York Post. Let's see if that'll, yeah. I don't know if that'll load on there because, okay. So they were specifically looking at this article. Actually, I think there's a picture of it. Hang on. Shit. Yeah, so right here, they were specifically, we'll pause this for a second. They were specifically celebrating this article in the New York Post that says Biden's infrastructure bill is chock full of anti-white something. They were celebrating the fact that they had gotten the New York Post to use the term anti-white. Okay, they celebrated when Tucker Carlson said anti-white. They celebrate every single time someone says anti-white because they are trying to influence the language. They're trying to influence the language. This is a direct. Jason posted this on Twitter. I thought this is from someone in this movement. Thought I was seeing things when I read this headline in the New York Post. Normalizing the term anti-white is a massive win that comes out of radical political circles. Thank you, Jason, and well done on your work normalizing the term. Okay, so here we have Jason saying, I'll tell you what, this is a huge victory. We're seeing anti-white used on a regular basis. Every single time this term comes up, they perceive it as a victory because they're trying to get this term into the cultural zeitgeist. Let's listen.
They come into me. Well, I'm going to tell you what, this is a huge victory. We're seeing anti-white use on a regular basis on Fox, on CNN, on MSNBC. As I mentioned, professors, universities of the highest order, town halls, politicians, political aspirants, YouTube personalities. They come in to me 5-10 a day. 5-10 a day. Are you seeing them? I want to share this right now. We just had this one come in, and this is important because this is a good guy. This is a smart guy. Thought I was seeing things when I read this headline in the New York Post. Normalizing the term anti-white is a massive win that came out of the radical political circles. I want to thank Artist Life because she brought this to my attention via tagging me in a tweet. This is Keith Woods talking about seeing this in a New York Post article. He's right. It did come out of radical circles, not political circles. I mean, maybe what he wants to call a political circle. But it came out of the white positive sphere. It came out of the work that I've been doing. I'll just go ahead and say it, for nearly 3 decades. The work I have been doing for nearly 3 decades. It came out of what we have created here in white positivity in service to white well-being. This is showing up everywhere, my friend. And I wrote here in response to Artist Life, this is what actually doing something for our people looks like. Congratulations, everyone. Now we step it up even more. Our lexicon and dialectics are taking the dialogue by storm.
Justice is absolutely right here when he says there's psychological undercurrents. He wants to move the Overton window to his slightly different ideas from the left. That is exactly what he's trying to do. By influencing language, you influence culture. Language is the weapon that they are using. Language is the weapon that they're using. Funny thing, he didn't show you this one. He didn't talk about this one, did he? Funny thing, they consider the term racist to be an anti-white slur. So they don't like that the author of the article used it and discuss educating her on proper uses of their language. They have outreach teams specifically pushing their language. Guys, this is a highly organized group. They have specific people that are on outreach teams that every time an article comes out that uses anti-white, they do outreach to people to make sure they're using their language in the correct way. We're going to see later when they're talking about influencing politicians. I'm sorry, someone's going to tell Blake Masters to stop using the fucking term anti-white. And we're going to talk about that in a second, but let's hear him describe for himself what they're doing.
Structure bill is chock full of anti-white racism. Now, we want her to drop the word racism there because that empowers the anti-whites to continue to use that slur, that anti-white slur. Never use that anti-white slur concept, racism. Delegitimize the hell out of it. Put it to bed. Let's put it in the grave. It just means anti-whiteism. All the word racism means is that it is immoral to be anything other than anti-white. So anti-whites and everyone who would use it can go to hell. I'm sure Betsy wants to get right. So let's make sure that Betsy McCaughey over at the New York Post gets a message or two from these champions. Let's get a round of applause for every single one of you. A round of applause for everyone in the outreach teams. A round of applause for everyone you know who is heading into their circles of influence, making a difference in the world. Betsy writes, the infrastructure bill by the Senate passed Tuesday discriminates against white people at every turn. Americans are enthusiastic about spending money on physical infrastructure, bridges, roads, broadband. But this, and then she uses the anti-white slur racist. Dumb, Betsy, dumb. Sit, Betsy. Roll over. Use anti-white. I mean that in jest. Come on, Betsy. Let's get Betsy doing the right thing. Let's get her using anti-white. Let's get her using anti-whiteism. Let's get her using anti-white narrative.
See? So if you want to express the fact that critical race theory is has components that are against white people, it's okay to do that because that's very true. But what I want to expressly communicate to you guys is there are ways to do it without using the term anti-white. You can say it's prejudice against white people. The better thing to do, because it really pisses these guys off, say it's racist against, I would prefer critical race theory to just be racist against everyone. My strong preference would be just to say critical race theory is racist. Critical race theory is racist. It's racist against everyone. It's racist against white people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, biracial people. It is racist against everyone. But if you are specifically enumerating something that is against white people and you really need terminology for that, say it's racist against white people because they don't like the term racism. They think, he specifically defines the term racist and racism as an anti-white slur, so they don't use it. They specifically coach people not to use it. So if you're going to say it, just say it's racist again if you really need to. And again, my strong preference is to just say critical race theory is racist because that is the most colorblind term that we can use, or the color indifferent term that we can use. Yeah, it's just anti. It's just anti. Say it's prejudice against white people. Say it's racist against white people. You don't need to use their specific term. There is absolutely nothing to gain. There is nothing to gain, and you are simply empowering them. Moving on. This is a testimonial from one of Jason's minions. This is Yiz the Eunuch. You know what's so interesting about Yiz the Eunuch? This is a trans person. He's done a video. I think it's a her. I hope I'm not misgendering. This is it. These fucking people accept trans people. They do not care. As long as you are white, they do not care. And it's so interesting to contrast that with like conservatives or Republicans. But this is who he's talking about. Okay, anyway. This is a testimonial from one of Jason's minions talking about how she went into communities specifically to influence their language. He has a whole team of people. This is not just him. He has a whole team of people that are scurrying around doing this shit all the time. They're very savvy. Not for nothing, but the communities that she's doing this in are the same some of you are in. That's true. This is specifically why I'm talking about this with you guys. These people are in the communities that you're in. They're pulling this stuff in the communities that you are in. So you need to know what to look out for. You need to know who are the good people and who are the bad people. Who are your allies and who are not your allies. And I hate to use the SJW term, I know, but like whatever. Anyway, let's listen.
Reading.
Hang on.
We have done this. We are the ones responsible for this change. We are the ones responsible for normal, ordinary white people around planet Earth taking up a dialogue in their own defense because it has the moral backbone. It has the moral structure. We are the ones who did this. Who else is responsible for this? You know who else? Yiz is. Take a look at this. Yiz writes to me, another great success in cluster I've been influencing. In a Discord chat about movies and video games, a discussion about racial ethnic displacement of white people, characters started. And one of the people who has been paying attention to me engaged to speak the truth about anti-whiteism. He even used the terms erasure and anti-whiteism correctly. This person is not, all caps, repeat, not, all caps, someone I have personally coached. This is a guy I barely know, but who has been listening to me and other content creators I have been influencing. Get a raucous round of emojis for Yiz and everybody like Yiz out there. Punch the air. Celebrate today. Set off fireworks. These are people taking up verbiage that enables white people to defend themselves everywhere they are without ever reading any of our so-called white sympathetic philosophers or political thinkers or any of that nonsense.
See? They're going into communities and trying to coach people to use their language. Nick H says, glad you got me to stop using anti-white. I could have gotten caught up in this and manipulated and betrayed my own values and oath. Thank you, Miss Carlin. Yeah, I mean, listen, like, I don't want to tell people what to say. I don't want to police people's language. I just want you to understand where this is coming from. This is not organic. The fact that all conservative media started using anti-white at exactly the same time, this is not organic. It was pushed by these people, and they don't know. And this is what really pisses me off, is they haven't even bothered to look. I cannot tell you guys how many journalists I reached out to with this information, and literally all they had to do was go download his manifesto on fucking Amazon, and they all refused to do it. He says all of this in his manifesto. And instead, the journalists would be like, well, Carlin, we just don't see the connections. Literally, all they had to do was look in the table of contents of his manifesto. If you think I'm bitter about this, yeah, I am a little bit bitter. I'm a little bit angry that I don't want to be a fucking journalist. I wanted an actual journalist to look into this. Thank God for Kieran, who is an actual fucking journalist. The only real journalist that I've communicated with in months. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not angry at you guys. This just really is aggravating, though. It's really aggravating. Let's keep moving. This is Jason bragging about how his work in changing language and introducing anti-white as an ideological identifier is more effective than rallies with men shouting racial epithets. So, like the type of people that did Charlottesville, that's not the same as what he's doing. He doesn't like those people. He doesn't like them. He doesn't think that what they're doing is effective in terms of changing culture. He thinks what he's doing is much more effective. So there's like a little infighting in the whole like white identitarian movement. Like they don't all like each other. But I like honestly have to agree with him that his approach is actually far more effective. But let's listen to himself. Let's listen to him talk to himself about it.
First Amendment, Second Amendment, constitutional rights people, anti-white, even politicians and the like, using anti-white, saying that they're not anti-white. You never got them to say this kind of stuff before, and you never will, being a troglodytic jackass in your backwater nonsense in every one of these fetid pools around the internet, who want to blame and smear and shame and smear and say, you're not purity spiraling well enough into ant-nat nitwittery. What you need to be doing is holding rallies where a bunch of men shout racial epithets.
Yeah.
That will make the day come when we recapture our destiny. BS. You're never going to speak to those people. You're never going to march in any streets and control any cities. You are a fool if you think otherwise. We are changing the world. And people like Yiz, she is at the forefront of that. And if you don't like it, it's because you are a loser. Outdo her if you don't like it. God bless Yiz and everyone else who's making it happen. Nathaniel, Naderific, Jared George. We can go down the list on and on for people who are changing the world using the dialectics that matter.
Yeah, so Patrice says he sounds hollow. That's why people suspect a plant. Listen, Karen and I have talked about this. He very well could be a plant. He could be a Fed. He very well could be. But what we've decided, and we'll talk more about this when we do our stream together, is it doesn't matter. For our purposes, it doesn't matter. It is still corrupting the anti-CRT movement. If these guys had just stayed in their fucking lane, like, I wouldn't care about this at all. It does not matter if he's a Fed. It does not matter if he's organic. He is still directing people to corrupt the anti-CRT movement, and that's what I care about. But he might be. I mean, truly, we have to. We don't have evidence either way on it. All right. So here's a clip of Jason talking about how he's influencing GOP Senate candidates like Blake fucking Masters to use his language. He also brags about inventing the term anti-white and how Blake can use the language because it's more acceptable than like National Socialism. Let's see what he says. He claims he didn't say that. Let's listen to the clip and see what Jason said.
Direction. I got another story right here. This is out of Newsweek from this week. Newsweek, ladies and gentlemen. Blake Masters, Arizona GOP Senate candidate, rails against anti-white, and then he uses the racism. Remember, we want them to drop the racism, but this is going in the right direction. Blake Masters, who is running for Senate for the Republican Party in Arizona, complained about what he described as anti-white racism. What are we going to teach him to say? Anti-whiteism. Anti-whiteism. Yes, I thought that I had to invent anti-white and anti-whiteism all the way back in 94 when it wasn't in any of the dictionaries that I had access to at home or at the city library. And then we find out last year that anti-whiteism was taken out of the dictionaries, that it was already there. We're going to teach Blake Masters to use anti-whiteism. He's railing against anti-whiteism in the U.S. in schools. And weeks before he launches his campaign to run for office. You know what he didn't say? He didn't say that he is taking up National Socialism, that he is taking up some sort of 1900s socialistic ideas. That's what he didn't say. Why? Because Americans would spit him right out of their mouths. That's why.
You remember when Jason on the stream we just watched was like, Carlin, you're so stupid. I didn't say National Socialism. I didn't say National Socialism. Let's listen.
That was taken out of the dictionaries, that it was already there. We're going to teach Blake Masters to use anti-whiteism. He's railing against anti-whiteism in the U.S. in schools. And weeks before he launches his campaign to run for office. You know what he didn't say? He didn't say that he is taking up National Socialism, that he is taking up some sort of 1900s socialistic ideas. That's what he didn't say. Why? Because Americans would spit him right out of their mouths. That's why.
So sorry, honey. Sorry, Jason. You did say it. You didn't play the clip because you knew what you said. Luckily, I did. All right, I think that's all the clips that I posted there. You can see he started down at the bottom and he worked his way up for some reason. I don't really know why. But so, guys, this is the tip of the fucking iceberg of what we have. I have so many fucking clips. I haven't even made all the clips that I'm going to make. I'm going to be making clips from that. In fact, hang on. Hang on a second. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to download this stream right now. I'm going to download this stream right fucking now. I'm going to download that stream he just did because I got a lot of clips I want to make in that. Holy shit. So that's downloading. But guys, we are going to be releasing now. Listen, here's what I really want to express this. I'm not any more afraid of these people winning and getting their white ethno state. I'm not afraid of that any more than I am afraid of like Antifa winning and getting their anarcho-communist state. I'm not afraid of that. That's probably not going to happen. Oh, hang on. That's probably not going to happen. Okay. But what I am afraid of is them corrupting the anti-CRT movement, because these people, this is exactly like the woke. They are exactly like the woke left. And I am absolutely afraid of them corrupting the anti-CRT movement. They're already starting to do it. When I started noticing this, when I first started noticing this anti-white language, it wasn't on the internet. It was at meetings I was having with parents in person, and they would use this language and they get very angry, and I couldn't figure out where they were getting this language because it was language I had not heard before in conjunction with this movement. And then I started to realize that these assholes were posting information in the anti-CRT groups on Facebook. They're going to where the parents go. When the parents start asking questions, they're going, like, they go to Facebook. That's what they know. And they go to these anti-CRT groups. These fuckers infiltrate the anti-CRT groups. They slide their language in there. And then the parents start using it. That's how I figured this out. And then and then Kieran confirmed it. He confirmed, like, because he had been monitoring this for a while. And then what happened to reignite this again is I happened to be, by pure circumstance, by pure accident, I happened to be in one of the anti-CRT groups that they tried to infiltrate. And I caught them doing it. I caught them right in the act. No, they're not dumb parents. They're not dumb. They're not dumb. The way they're doing this in the Facebook groups is very slick. It is not what we just watched. That's not what they're doing. It is not at all what we just watched. It is much softer than that. It is a soft sell. It is like, because like for average people, right, we can totally understand why they might think that CRT is anti-white. That makes sense if you don't know a lot about it. So they're not dumb. They're taking advantage of vulnerable people. That's what they're doing. But guys, I'm going to head off because it's 9 o'clock and I kind of like to hang out with my husband a little bit tonight. But thank you for hanging out with me. This was an impromptu stream. Again, we will be releasing more information next week. We're going to break it all down for you guys. So you're going to be able to see for yourself and you're going to be able to judge for yourself what's really going on. But it is a very complicated topic. We're doing our best to make it very, very easy to understand. Anyone who uses the terms anti-white to describe CRT on my channel will be blocked. P.S. Like immediately, no fucking questions asked. But we are going to try to make it as easy to understand as we possibly can. It is very complicated. So we're going to release an article. We're finishing it up right now. We're going to be doing a stream about it so you guys can ask questions and we can really break it down. Kieran is much better at explaining some of this stuff than I am. So he's going to be able to walk us through it. But guys, take care. Like the way we beat this back is by knowing about it. Not enough people know what to look for, and that's why they're getting tricked into joining this fucking movement. And again, I want to say, like, they're highly organized. This is not just a little random group of people. They are highly organized. And you're going to see that. So thank you guys for spending some time with me. Thank you for being aware that this exists. Thank you for the support. And we'll have more for you next week. All right, guys, take care. Have a good rest of your night.